Pinnacle Winter Series number 3 returns to your screens. We are in the 4th day now, Kremer, of the main Swiss. This is a match for advancement as we head into our last best of 3 of the day. It's going to be Eternal Fire versus Astralis Talent.
I will lie to you, Harry. I'm fairly surprised Astralis Talent are here. Taking a victory, I believe, against Trix in order to progress. And I mean, Trix, another Danish team that, frankly, on paper, should have won that. But despite the great performance from Iceberg, it just was not enough. Credit due to Astralis Talent. They're now looking to progress through to our playoff stage. Now, you look at the odds for our partners at Pinnacle, kind of inherently, it looks like Eternal Fire have quite the advantage, and we haven't even seen the veto yet.
Yeah, Pinnacle really are believers in the Turkish super team. They lost, I believe, 2-0 to Skade, whereas Astralis 0 lost 2-0 to MOUZ NXT in that battle of the academy teams. But of the 3 academy teams that we have here, they managed to pretty easily dispatch Young Ninjas. Actually, not that easily. It was 2-1, so given that the Young Ninjas ended up at the bottom of our leaderboard, it might be slightly betraying of Astralis Talent that they did drop a map in there.
No, you're absolutely right. For now, I think this veto is going to be quite interesting purely because these are some very well-established teams, which means that they have a few more options with their veto. They can sort of head to maps that might be a little bit unorthodox, and their veto can really start to be pointed quite a little bit. For me, the main one I want to highlight is the fact that for Astralis Talent, they don't play Dust 2, they don't play Inferno. 2 maps which Eternal Fire play very damn well. So they're already going to have an advantage the second the veto starts, and I would expect Dust 2 or Inferno to be our opening map.
Inferno very much likely to, because 17 maps for Eternal Fire over there, 59% win rate. Eternal Fire do love the old classic of Inferno. After that, what do Astralis ban? Probably Mirage. They have a pretty terrible win rate there across 7 maps, and Eternal Fire, of course, is another mainstay that they're pretty good at. I think Vertigo probably is where we want to see Astralis Talent go, because both these teams are really good at overpass and they don't mind playing it at all. It's the best map for Astralis Talent, but do they want to take Eternal Fire to a place where they are incredibly confident?
For that reason, I actually don't want to see overpass in this veto.
Yeah.
I think for Eternal Fire, they have so many options. You know, Dust 2, Inferno, Nuke as well, and Mirage. Those are 4 maps which they are categorically better than Astralis Talent. And if you include first bans, if you include final maps, those 4 maps should be all they need to take them through here. Overpass, I think that if Astralis Talent do pick into it, they are really running the risk of being shut down here, because honestly, Xantares and Emor, particularly when Emor is feeling it, they will beat Professor on paper every day of the week.
There's a world where it bans down to overpass our decider map. Dust 2, of course, versus Ancient. These are their classic insta-bans. Yeah. Vertigo being the pick here of Astralis.
Understandably so.
Very much understandable. It's a little bit of a weaker map for Eternal Fire, and Astralis love this one. Are we banning down to overpass? Oh, interesting. Okay, Nuke is the decider. Big play there from Eternal Fire, getting down to the map, but Astralis are slightly worse out of the 2.
It's also when you have that big of a map, you can afford to do that. You don't necessarily need to play one of your better maps, when you can just go to Nuke, a map which you're still good at, and you also know that your opponent's going to be a little bit worse on it. For this veto, I think for Astralis Talent, there's a world where they take Vertigo, but ultimately this is going to be a Eternal Fire 2-1. In fact, no, I'm going to go 2-0. I do really rate Emor and Xantares. Xantares is a bit overrated anyway, but Emor, he is my man to watch out for.
Oh, you weren't hoping of having a pleasant chat experience today anyway if you say Xantares is overrated. I think Xantares is pretty awesome. But
when I say overrated, what I meant to say was he's been... Everyone goes, oh, Eternal Fire, Xantares is great. For me, I like Emor. I think that everyone knows who Xantares is. But not many people know the skill of Emor, at least outside of Turkey.
So, Eternal Fire, they've kind of had roundabout results over on Vertigo. They lost the game of Legion 8-16 in the last Pinnacle Winter Series. But this time around, they won it 16-7. So there might have been a considerable change of tact recently for Eternal Fire. They're on a 3-map win streak on Inferno. Other teams they've lost this to include Copenhagen Flames, Endpoint, Blink, and 1 win.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And I think that honestly... particularly that game against Blink, for me, is going to be the main outlier. I think that, all things considered, with Blink being on the up, it's a pretty nice result to have.
On the other side of Astralis Town, they beat Young Ninjas here 25-23. That is a real struggle against the team that was last in our Swiss. Yikes.
We say last in the Swiss, bear in mind, there are a few teams that haven't really been able to play their full stint yet. But our game's live, Harry. We're going to be able to see if Astralis Talent are going to be able to shut down the titans of Eternal Fire. Looking at the pistol round, 2 nades, 2 flashes, and a smoke over, a split between Calyx and Xfloud, while Astralis Talent hold on to that smoke and flash. With an early ramp position to be taken, Zentaris takes a bit of damage, but will inflict a little bit as well.
Tit for tat, Kramer. Zentaris continues to shoot and move, but isn't a huge... The bomb itself is actually one of the only things that's sticking around here over on A. There was a check towards the flank, and now Emor with the dual Berettis is moving on up.
I hate him.
Yes, the Berettis! Good for one, but nothing more than that, Kremer. You get your surprise, and that's about it. Calyx now, can they take out the players coming in from ramp? Zentaris overwhelmed. The Berettas strike again. Too strong, too powerful, 2 guns, Kremer.
I hate it. I really hate it. Calyx. Low HP on Fessa makes this a very killable position here, but does he risk the peak? No, he doesn't. Fessa punishes it there. 4 on 2 now.
The Berettas now on 3 kills on the floor. There you go, left behind. Xfloud now in a 1 versus 3. This one's going to be difficult for them to try and win out, but that's a great start. Even better now, a tap upon the bomb. Has a look towards aTTaX. A reload quickly. Tap upon the bomb, and once again, Viggo wants to play the time here. Gives it a peek, gives it a swing. Is it? Nope, no time. Xfloud, admirable in the 1 versus 3, but unfortunately, in the end, all they can do is take some damage from the bomb.
Do you know what sucks about dual Berettas? Is, like, the Beretta M92FS, which is the gun that dual Berettas are, they're so cool. It's such a cool gun. Why would you ruin it by dual wielding them? I don't understand, Harry.
Cool factor, Kremer. Cool factor.
The cool factor is the gun itself. You don't need 2 to be cool. I really don't. I don't know why. It's just such a cool gun to be ruined by being dual wielded.
Zentaris.
What's cool about it? They're dual stack as well. Very cool.
I have no idea what that means.
I'll
What's up to the
second.
M4 here? With the head armor, Zentaris has been given huge amounts of resources here by the remainder of Eternal Fire to try and be a real savior.
Smokes deployed. Cloud. Shoulder picks. He's the first man, but it's only a body shot though, no headshot, and he's actually trapped behind these boxes here. He's good for 1. Taking down aTTaX as well. All of a sudden, Eternal Fire have suddenly got a big damage output here, with Zentaris positioning himself as well.
Might well have been rewarded for this force. Still, AK shuffled around onto Breezer, who does have the most health at the moment. And now missed. What can they do against Emor? Lovely stuff with the MAC-10. Those headshots are rewarded so much against these forces. Zentaris is the only member with head armor at the moment. Turns around again, hoping that Mister would give it a peek. Just misses for timing. Doesn't take any damage, though. And still the bomb is sheepishly tugging at the sleeve of B. Calyx has managed to appropriate one of these AKs. This makes this buy from Eternal Fire even more dangerous now. I remember 2 of the members of Astralis Talent one-shottable by the scout.
His Flower, clean shot there.
That's his 3rd kill, I think. 2nd. 2 Deegs. And Astralis Talent have to call it there. They've got the AK, they've got the Galil. aTTaX only has 13 HP. This means that Xcloud later will be able to go and pick up another weapon. Heads on down. Oh, I didn't actually manage to grab one. That's okay. But still, big force from Eternal Fire. And Astralis Talent, the odds from our partners over at Pinnacle, already started to reflect this. 5 to 1.1.
These are the most one-sided odds we've seen from the inherent, from the start of a map, which I quite like. For now, Util over on Eternal Fire in, well, plethora of it to work with. Over on Astralis Talent, just a few flashes to work with. Emor, good for the first one. And with only a single Galil to wield, aTTaX able to trade.
Order 4 now. Well, the biggest buy for Astralis Talent, obviously they have those saved rifles in hand. Woxic here with the scout. I don't think he even saw any action in the previous round. Emor, a false negative here. Might not expect me to go this close, and indeed they don't. The speed and the power of the advance overwhelm Emor this time. Antares, the big boy. The one into whom so much was invested in the previous round. Currently sitting on 0 kills, but we are early days yet, Kramer. And xFlower wasn't allowing for anyone else to get kills previously. But Antares will fall.
Woxic on the close angle. Can't quite kill him yet. And for Astralis Talent, I mean, they just beat Eternal Fire. They outclassed them with a wonderful force buy on their part. I'm actually really liking that, the counter force from Astralis, and bearing in mind that because they're able to get another bomb plant, when you have force buy versus force buy, you will always have one. The CT side will always lose it because they just need that extra money, with the additional utility being more of a dependency. Astralis Talent, the fact that they're able to strike back means that for Eternal Fire, yes, you save an AK, but it may matter for Nout.
At what cost, Kremer? At what cost? Astralis Talent loaded now with M4s. Unconventional for the ET side, obviously. But still, it'll work out nicely. Breezer will buy up to the AK. And now, Kremer. Is there anything that can be done by Eternal Fire in terms of their economy? It's just going to be another force. A Famus has been bought by Zentares.
Yeah, force buy wars. I like it. I do like it. However, with force buy wars, you need to remember that CD side is going to start hurting. xFlower down to a UMP, Emort down to just a 5-7. Remember, it's the banner appeared on your screen over at Pinnacle. You can win more with high margins and low limits. You can win more over at Pinnacle. You can head to temp.gg/liveodds or temp.gg/winter. Sign up using code WINTER22 to give them the love they so desperately deserve. It's only ever gamble if you're over the age of 18, and do so responsibly. For Eternal Fire, on the shoulder peak, for info.
Speaking of gambles, the ump is in play. UMP in the hands of xFlower. Tries their best not to get flashed, but instead they're just going to be riddled with bullets instead. It's easy for aTTaX. 2 kills as they move forward. That M4 being put to good use, and Eternal Fire might be forced to save already.
Astralis Talent. That'll be the bomb going off. 3-1 the scoreline, and, well, there's something to wield next round if you're Eternal Fire. However, you do desperately need to have every bit of cash you can. And I can't help but think that if you are Astralis Talent, this is where your hair stands on end a little bit, as you realise, actually, you can very well upset Vertigo.
Was their pick. It desired to be here. And you know what? While they may be thinking about the economy, so too can our viewers, Kremer. Because they can save some money and make sure they're economically viable by buying peripherals from our partners over at Extrafy, temp.gg/Extrafy. Use code WINTER10 for 10% off on their amazing hardware like the H1 headset with all of that lovely bass and the M4 wireless mouse with customizable colored shells.
That they do. Now, with Astralis Talent, this is where things get a little bit interesting for them, because you need to remember, both these teams, Harry, you ready for some stats?
Yeah. They move for stats.
Both these teams have a huge dependency on their CT side. So the fact that Astralis Talent are going 3-1 up, they're looking to try and, well, with an opening like that, shut down Eternal Fire. This could actually turn into quite a one-sided game.
That's the first time in about 3 rounds Woxic's actually seen someone, by the way. The Zeus in hand. Hello. The God of Thunder.
I love this.
The Man of Olympus. Will we get the one and done? Will we get the... yelp. Emor forced to back off. Yeah, they move back in. Yes, up close again. Over to the Zeus. A swing onto Vega.
I'm so happy, Harry. This has made my tournament. Absolutely made my tournament. And with that, we're going to be seeing a 4-1 lead for Astralis Talent here. It's actually not shifted the odds for our partners at Pinnacle, which is surprising.
Don't care. Don't care. Didn't read L+ ratio.
It was a Zeus kill. It's alright. Nothing else matters.
Eternal Fire have already won, man. They've already won. Now it's all just in the scoreline. Breezer has brought out the AWP. No answer on the side of Eternal Fire. Simply cannot be afforded. Calyx already down so low. 19 HP for them. But aTTaX is the first to fall. Slain by xFloud. Thus far, one of the louder members of this team. Xantares, look at the brazen position, was hoping someone would emerge from a smoke and that they could be punished. Not in this case, however. Not this time.
Utility continuing to be deployed. Astralis are actually running out here. They do need to be a bit careful. 2 molly or 3 mollies, 2 smokes. I think A would probably be a better hit than B, purely because you have the extra money for sandbags, and with only 1 smoke, you can get to site and plant that bomb. So, Eternal Fire with 2 smokes and a nade. That nade being the sole aggressive util they have to their name means that it's AIM that has to give them the supremacy in this round. Luckily, while they have a man advantage, the HP advantage isn't quite there.
I think about the advantage in terms of economy Astralis Talent have at the moment as well. Mr. currently on 8.1k. That means that Brazier would easily be able to get another AWP here. Instant smoke. Xantares now known. Behind sandbags. They are a known quantity. 35 seconds remain. And there is this massing at the bottom of ramp. They simply must wait. Trying to pick their moment, but these seconds, they ebb away. Kremers Xantares takes so much damage for second molly. Burns through them. And now the question is, does Woxic try to play the time? That's the first one down. Breezer has fallen. The AWP is gone. Vigo moving on in, looking for the plant. Can it be interrupted? Not in this case, but it's going to be Mr. now left alone in a 1 versus 3, surrounded on so many sides and torn apart by the wolves. Easy defuse for Eternal Fire, who keep 3 players alive, and they appropriate that AWP, which is so important because there was no way they were affording one of those.
Absolutely, and it's a lot of those kills actually came through smokes there. So Eternal Fire really showing mastery of the map in order to achieve that. Over on Astralis Talent, they have money. You know, they've been winning these rounds with bomb plants particularly. There's about 10k on a lot of these players, and so because of that, they're going to be able to really keep the pressure onto Eternal Fire. But now that AWP's in the hand of Woxic, these guys really are going to have a big power spike. Now, I rate Woxic a little bit more than Breezer. I mean, you'd be stupid not to. But bear in mind, Astralis Talent, they still have a few remnants of momentum here, so it's still up in the air as to how these AWPers are going to pan out and perform on this map.
Feels like Eternal Fire have consistently been losing people at the top of A ramp. Oh, and it's only the same story again and again. xFloud falls over there. Xantares has already been blown away, but Mr. Counter-fragged by the HG. 3-3 now. The AWPers still remain alive, but Woxic can just sit back comfortably.
There you go. Heads up to the top of the ladder here. Tries to catch out the odd player. Emor with quite a passive position here isn't really going to be tested, and actually as he leaves amid the timing, just heartbreaking for him here.
Might be more heartbreaking for Woxic. Will they be aware? Mid slowly being claimed. It is the bottom of ramp that's currently being checked here by Fessa. Takes a bunch of damage. And that means maybe. And it will be avoided. Emor sees the first, taken low, gets the second! None of it's happened.
Oh,
Breezer must
clean.
have lost a shot. And now there's the chance for a double AWP if Eternal Fire wish to go for it. And Fessa. Is there anything to be done with his last 30 seconds? They don't have the bomb. They might be able to isolate a fight here or there. Emor is low.
This is really looking damn strong for Eternal Fire. Actually, once they got their weapons, they looked damn effective. That being said, it took them a while. When they are on UMPs, when they don't have a full buy, Eternal Fire do struggle. And we actually saw this a few weeks back in the game against Endpoint, where Eternal Fire's strength is with guns. You give them M4s, you give them AWPs, you give them utility. These guys are tier 1 standard. But the second that gets hit, the second they're down to SMGs, they really don't have much of an impact. Remember, at Pinnacle, with the best CSGO odds, with low margins and high limits, you can win more at temp.gg/live odds. Remember to head over there, sign up using code WINTER22. Only ever gamble if you're over the age of 18, and do so in a fun and safe environment. For Eternal Fire, they're looking to make this a very non-fun and definitely unsafe environment for the members of Astralis Talent.
And fully loaded when it comes to utility as well. Finally, comfortable economy for the side of Eternal Fire. Astralis talent. They are able to reinvest once more, but they are coming towards the bottom of a barrel of what they did earn in that 3-round streak, Kremer.
They are, and this kind of makes this round becomes a make or break for them. They win this, they convert it to a 5. Bear in mind that the money on Eternal Fire, it's not amazing yet. They should still be able to buy, but not comfortably. So they go 5, got a 6-3 up, then they're back under control. Eternal Fire equalized, and they're more than likely taking the lead as well because of what will then be the ensuing eco.
Big dreams. Will they be realized? Remember, previously, it has very much been Eternal Fire on the back foot when it comes to these A-ramp battles. Trades equal until calyx falls, and once again, A-ramp is the territory of Astralis talent. They continue to win these duels, Kremer.
More goes this rotation. Already a man up here.
Oh,
Got talent, looks to double down, and the timing's just perfect.
Boxer could be caught by a close swing here as well. Just behind that block, there is a T. Lying in wait, it's aTTaX. More. Toxic, that's a beautiful shot. Quick adjustment. However, all alone and with no hope. I'll be taking that. Thank you, mate. Astralis talent save themselves from being rounded upon by an Eternal Fire lead.
5-3 the scoreline. The odds are apart. The odds haven't shifted. I love this. Pinnacle. They're set in their ways. It's like, yeah, they were around, so what? So what? Eternal Fire, they move into their next buy, and it will be, I say a buy, it's a smoke grenade, the old deagle, the old pistol. The reality is for Eternal Fire, even if they just kill the orb and save it, they're in a great position.
All right, that's a good overwhelming there. Oh, whoa, hello, Emor. He's a little bit different with fatigue. This was your player to watch for this game, Kremer. I can see why. Upgrade to an AK. Someone else will have one available as well if they dare to move into that mid position. aTTaX here for Smoke D Blooms. A USP on one side and AK on the other. It's a good bait and a good finish. Playing the life well there as xFloud and calyx gets the promised delivery. A Deagle and 2 AKs now. Reza still has his AWP in play.
Razor spots out Emor. There's a clean kill. 2-on-2 now. There you go, nading calyx. He knows where he is. And without armor, calyx is going to take so much damage to that utility.
That's both the AKs down. Position revealed here for Xantares. Can't finish it. Breezer clean with the AWP.
Solid round. Astralis talent continuing to make some inroads onto Eternal Fire here. One of the most sold skins under 100 euros is a knife Harry. That actually makes a bit of sense. Quite like me. I like some nice skins.
Love a good melee skin. I like the Shadow Daggers.
Shadow Daggers? Yeah, they're pretty cool.
One of our other tournaments here at a relog that has a giveaway for some Shadow Daggers. Me want to.
They're pretty cool. They're pretty cool.
Then again, you don't believe in dual wielding.
I don't.
Even with knives?
I mean, here's the thing. I think in CS you're better off using your weapon butt as a melee weapon. But it's easier to pull out. Does about the same amount of damage.
That as well. Astralis talent. Well. They've now
done. Start throwing magazines at them. Take the suppressor off your M4. You got another bullet. Throw that as well.
Metal Gear Solid style distraction magazine.
Exactly.
You get like an inflatable blow up Xantares to try and distract the enemy.
If CS was my way, I would have one player on each team have the option to deliberately spike their ammo, and so if they die and someone picks up their gun, they get the spiked ammo, and when they shoot it, it kills them.
Xantares is surely going to be checked here. There are no mollies, though. So it's going to be all about the eye check. Big swing.
Timing.
Big go nose. Calyx around the back. Ticks up Breezer. And now Woxit comes in. Knows exactly where one player is. Tries to finish him off with the HE. Oh, and comes bloody close to it. As Fester is forced to move on out. Woxit gets the execution. Now 3 versus 2. It's fairly monodirectional in terms of a CT's approach. Vigo bought low. xCloud moves away at just the wrong time. Now 1v2. aTTaX, can they take the 2 versus 1? xCloud has been noted. The swing is solid. The spray still works out. But Woxic, well played, just forces the issue. Looks for the AWP, but knows that just going to have to go for the defuse instead.
I tell you what, when Eternal Fire have their full... When they are in a position to go for one-man hero plays, Emor, xCloud, Woxic, they're all able to do so. For Astralis talents, matching them individually isn't really an option, but when they go as a group and they trade, they are really looking quite good. Now, on the topic of individual plays, Harry, I hate to put them on blast, but Xantares is having a shaky performance.
Yeah, he's currently in Owen. Not ideal. 4 assists, though, Kremer. That's the most assists on the team.
That's true. The silver linings, Harry. I like that. I like the optimism.
Meanwhile, on the side of Astralis talent, everybody's contributing. 6s and 7s across the board. No one's got 4 assists, though, so...
I quite like it, though. Everyone is pulling their weights, and with Astralis talent now, with a just about a bye, both teams with such little economy that this round almost counts as double because of the... Well, in this case, because your opponent's going out to an eco straight after this. If it comes close, maybe a forced buy, but with only a couple of rounds left of the half, you don't really want to risk screwing your economy too much.
Nessa rolls on forward with the Galil. And for the first time, it feels like in forever, there's actually an opening pick for Eternal Fire on A. And Xantares is first. Round of applause in the chat for the big boy on the board.
I set it to my early mode, but I'm sure there's a clap emoji somewhere that they could use.
There is a clap emoji, but I don't know if it will have been enabled because it's a GIF.
Sorry, fellas. No clapping today for Xantares.
Well, actually, Breezer is clapping him, so there you go.
You go to morning.
There was a clap after all.
There you go, shuts down Woxic. It's all on Emor. 1 versus 4 hit. So it looks to rotate down ladder. And for Astralis talent, this will be their 7th.
Looking pretty solid here. Their T side surprisingly apt.
Do you know what I would love to see, Harry?
What do you love to see?
I would like to see some aggression from Eternal Fire. Like some heavy aggression, or like mid-presence, like ramp control. They've sort of been allowing Astralis talent to walk into them for the most of this game.
That's true. And often, I keep highlighting it, but their A ramp control. It feels like this round was the first time I actually got the opening pick on A ramp. And even then, the post-battle was very much in favor of Astralis talent. Eliminating so many players. Maybe getting a little bit more map control would be an antidote to this. Bomb will explode. 1 player down. Oh, hello. Did he live? He lived.
He did. He cuts it bloody close, though. That was a wallbang.
That's the odds.
Ooh. Hello,
almost
Pinnacle.
Halved odds for Astralis talent now.
Hello, Pinnacle. They seem pretty happy with this.
Well, this round might get a little bit wild, Kramer. It's going to be an eco. If you think you know what's going to happen off the back of Eternal Fire's timeout into Force or eco, maybe you should play with Stream Cards, our extension partner here on Twitch. If you hover over the Twitch stream, it'll be that illuminated green button that says play. It's a card game where you can use a deck of cards in order to predict in real time what's going to be happening in the next CS round to earn points. So go ahead, give it a go. It's fun and it's free.
That's pretty cool. I quite like Stream Cards, Harry. Could you tell me again? Cards. Tell me again, how do I play?
Just hit that big green play button.
That's pretty cool. All I have to do is hit that big green play button. There you go, folks. You heard it here first.
Such simple instructions, even Kramer could do it.
Well, with a great degree of difficulty, but he can do it.
He's got bad aim.
It is. Close to stream accidentally. I hit the wrong button, but...
Oh, that was a nice little nade there onto xCloud.
The pit controls actually worked out. They flashed through this. Yes, they do! What a flash from Emor. Unfortunately, Mystery was able to trade it. For a 4-on-4, Vigor reveals himself in mid.
Emor here is the hero. We've actually taken their M4 war keys, and that's the bomb as well. Big dub from Emor. And they're going to invite one of their compatriots down potentially here to grab one of his rifles. Upgrade themselves and play over the bomb. That's a bad miss there from Breezer. A second peek from Emor gets punished. You don't get away with that twice, but Calix elsewhere has taken down Vigo. And remember, Breezer, the only member of the team on Astralis Talent who did not buy head armor, and they got absolutely demolished by the SMG buy it.
That they did. Now, Fessa in the 1 versus 3. Now, there's a lackluster money on Astralis Talent. I wouldn't mind seeing him go for this, but I would much rather see it an attempt at just saving, maybe retrieving the AWP, and then working with that.
I think the AWP's being camped at the moment. I think Woxic is aiming it. And this was an eco round for Eternal Fire. We talked about how they can be lackluster without their weapons. Different this time around. They saw a crosshair on the bomb. It's Woxic staring it down. Lovely stuff. A mad dash to try and pick up a looted AK. AKs across the board for those who remain alive.
For now. So Talent, they haven't won the half yet, but Harry, they're getting mighty close. 3 rounds left, and it's all to play for, with Eternal Fire being able to bring out quite an AK-heavy buy, as they don't bring the AWP onto Woxic. Instead, rifles at every member, and for Astralis Talent, just Deagles, the odd bit of utility, maybe the odd gun to save here would be their main objective.
I really like this clock. It's one of my favourite skins in the game.
It's alright. I quite like the Glock Fade, personally. That's like an OG skin.
ECLOT fades away.
Oh,
flashes are beautiful.
Flashes.
Astralis have decided that instead of the weapons, we will invest in the power of light itself. The power of the sun in the palm of my hand, Crema. And Vigo will fall down. Remember, lack of armor means that those HEs are doing a lot of damage. Double up here. One member spotted. Fessa put so low. Spotted out. But no, the 4x3 has betrayed Xantares. And now Calix. One eco team deserves another. Woxic, can they do the 1 versus 3? Astralis have done it the hard way. Neither team seems to care what kind of weapons they have. A tap upon the bomb, a movement forward. Who cares if we die? Who cares if we die? We've won the eco, baby. And we've also made Woxic die to bomb. Oh, no.
Oh, Harry.
That's a tragedy, dude.
Eternal Fire. This is a big problem for them. We knew these guys struggled on Vertigo. I didn't realize they struggled this much. Astralis Talent have no business winning this game. Like, on paper, they have no business winning it. But as they go 8-5 up, they are just outclassed. They beat Eternal Fire with 2 flashbangs that round, Harry. That's how effective those flashes were. And, well, for Eternal Fire, I can't help but think that maybe there's a world where if Xantares starts waking up, if Woxic is able to get the AWP a little bit more, they can come back, sure. But for Astralis Talent, I kind of think they've already done enough damage.
Alright, time to watch another team get ecoed. Here we go, boys.
We've seen a lot of ecos recently, haven't we?
We have. It went from 4 Spy Wars to being better on ecos.
Yeah.
X-Flout here. This time, Breeze has actually bought the head armor. They learned the hard way last time. Xantares down again. 1-11 is the Turkish superstar. No flawless here. And Calix madly blasts away with fatigue. So we started blasting. Astralis Talent lose 2, but what they do claim is a 9th point here.
It's not looking great, is it? It's not looking great at all. And for the members of Eternal Fire, they mine out to 0, fight them out of the half. They've got no choice. But these M4s, it's accompanied by limited utility. They just about get 1 piece of aggressive util. And for ExFlout, I mean, he's on a mere CZ here. ExFlout, credit shoot to him. He is being the support player right now. He's gone more rounds than not with just pistols, so that the rest of Eternal Fire have a good buy.
The economics Jesus. You died for your sins.
Yep.
Xantares, support player as well. Nice flash there, enables a pair of kills. And Astralis Talent might have been slightly knocked off by this tempo. ExFlout's actually playing up close here with the CZ. Works nicely. With the close range, of course.
ExFlout. Just making a bit of noise, hoping that maybe the shots of the CZ will attract, and maybe even invite Astralis talent to fight. Because the CZ, a bit easier to kill.
Oh, one spotted. Whoa!
Timing.
Oh! And now Breeze is all alone. Sure, full HP. Sure, an AWP. That's a nice flash. And the CZ on the other side with the swing. Lovely stuff. Pistol versus AWP, and the CZ wins it out, baby. 6-9 of the rounds. A nice half for Astralis talent.
Nice. Start a fight, they move to the T side in hopes that maybe they'll have a bit more success. Remember, at Pinnacle, with high margins and, well, with high odds and low margins, you can win all the money you want over at Pinnacle. There's a banner down below. There's a link in the chat that's being put throughout the game. Remember, of course, to sign up using code WINTER22 for some extra goodies from Pinnacle. Of course, they made this all possible. Thanks, Pinnacle.
Thanks, Pinnacle. What good partners.
As far as Pinnacle goes, these are probably the best partners we've had, I think. They've been pretty awesome.
I mean, sometimes you just decide to carry TTCS.
Yeah, that they do. And Pinnacle woke up one day and chose violence, realizing that every tier 2 team needs to duke it out with one another. And that's what they've done.
Fight for my amusement, peasants! Boosts up here, behind wood. It's going to be a hit on B. In comes a huge amount of utility aTTaX here. Do they decide to fight? Indeed they do. The supportive flash is good again, but the aim simply is not. As you peek once more, it's directly into the unmerciful hands of Woxic. Watching towards the back here. Already Calyx solo. They've lost out on xFlow. One single bullet will do it, but the crossfire. Calyx is surviving with 3 HP. But all of these players, they're so low.
Calyx alive?
This has turned around. Calyx is the last one alive. One bullet is all he needs to be taken down. But can Breezer deliver it? There's the flash. Takes the swing. Breezer walks ahead of it and should be able to go back and get the defuse. Wait, there's no time.
Yeah, the kits! There was a kit right next to him!
Oh, Breezer! No!
What? Breezer!
It's all gone wrong! Calyx did all of that with 3 HP!
What?
For 3 magical Jesus hit points.
That level of miscom is just inexcusable. How? How have Eternal Fire got away with that? They had no business winning that round, but they do so. And now they find themselves with a, well, 7 rounds to work with. Astralis talent down to the eco, and for Eternal Fire, chance to farm some cash with the back 10 on xFlow.
Bad comms, Kramer? He's rolling in his glaive. I'm sorry.
I don't even know what to say. That is just... that should not ever be happening, Harry.
It's a thing. Not sure why it's a thing, but it is. Zantares with the boost does not hit any of the bullets, but you know what? That's fine.
It's most definitely a thing. Thank you for that, Harry.
An event that occurred in the history of the human race.
Yeah. One that I think that Breezer may be definitely hoping to forget.
Oh man, we were also the ones who casted that weird Forza defuse like kit run as well.
Losing a 3 versus 0. Yep. We're just a bad luck charm.
When we're casting, just defuses work differently, man. Oh, hello. Come up close and personal.
Oh, does he torch himself?
Oh,
it's getting a bit toasty.
6 HP. Thank you, gods of fire.
Oh.
They have smiled upon them a flawless here for Eternal Fire, but not without a little bit of squeaky bum time and a needed change of trousers.
What was the name of the Greek god of fire? It was Hephaestus, wasn't it?
I think so. I think Hephaestus was also the smith.
Yeah. No, it was the god of fire and the forge. That was
yes.
it. Forge.
Yeah, he was a smith, so he had a fire and forge.
Yeah. Don't you kill him in God of War?
Not sure. I'm not a PlayStation guy.
Probably at some point. You kill everyone in God of War.
That's true. Like, you kill Helios to use his bloody eyes as a flashlight. Oh, that's a nice swing. aTTaX grabs one, damages another. And once again, the pace is slowed.
Yeah, well, smoke's pinned. Oh, a nade stack onto aTTaX here. This is so perfect. He just avoids it.
Remember Breezer here, glass cannon. No armor. That aim punch with the AWP might be a real problem, but it doesn't matter if you don't get hit. aTTaX on the covering fire is solid. And now only 2 remain. aTTaX tries them. And try as you might. Calyx has been a bit of a good luck charm. Just against all odds has been able to do some real damage. There you go. Lies in wait. Good first. Good luck charm. Remains Calyx. Doesn't expect Fessa to be playing in this corner though. Astralis talent on their full buy. Keep the AWP alive.
10 to 8.
Hey, there's the red line. That's what we're talking about.
There you go. Red lines are cool skins. There's a little code there for €2. Next time that comes up, Harry, I want you to read that code. See if you can read it in the time we have it on screen.
Ah. I'm pretty good at reading grammar. But do you know what I'm also good at?
What are you good at?
Appreciating our partners over at World of Esports with a Z. Our official
Esports.
fantasy partner. If you think you would make a good CS team manager, go and build your fantasy team over at World of Esports, compete against other players to see who's going to be the best. Of course, we have integration with Pinnacle Winter Series number 3 as well, so you can pick up players from the teams we have right here to add to your team.
Emil. That's for the rotation here. Need to catch out the odd player. Hasn't quite done so yet. As aTTaX swings out. It's been revealed. The nade's now due to land on him.
Mister. Oh my goodness, it's a narrow corridor filled with corpses. Watch your step, boys and girls. There is wet material here. Soggy bodies, stained with frightened urine. aTTaX behind the wood. Calyx, oh, sees one. aTTaX, lovely aggression, wants to outpace Calyx, and that's exactly what they do.
Takes foul in mid. Trying to follow up. Can't quite do so. Doesn't want to overextend and potentially lose his life. Instead, we'll reunite with Emil, who is making his way up through ramp here. Completely cleared by Astralis talent. They're playing a fairly passive setup on A. However, A is also where Breeze is positioned.
Head armor this time. No need to worry about the aim punch. Just need to worry about the AKs. Fessa, gonna be the one taking first contact, making sure that Breezer has some time to adjust. Hello, is that a friendly molly? Fessa. Oh, they're gonna brave the molly for the plant! Emil doesn't care how hot it gets! I was born in the barbecue, baby!
That was really
on
cool.
The vertigo.
That was really cool. So that was a friendly molly. But what it does is it doesn't bloom. And so it means that you can plant right next to this molly without anyone kind of seeing you through the flames. So that was really cool. Unfortunately, it doesn't work because they do just run up to him. But for Astralis talent, a solid round as they now go 11-8 up. Well, Son of Fire move down to their eco.
One Deagle in the hands of Emor. Elsewhere, Mister. They could be an absolute criminal here. No head armor, no body armor, anywhere to be seen. That MP9 will tear through these T's if it can find the engagement. That's for Deagle gone now. Emor moving on up, ready to shreddy. And shreddy he will, not just part of a balanced breakfast, part of your fragging lifestyle as well. Never mind.
Centaurus, it's a clean kill. Can't quite extend to get the gun though because aTTaX, he'll be there laying in wait, guarding
Gatekeeping.
Gatekeeping an MP9. Oh, that is proper
Even X-Cloud
gatekeeping.
as well. Oh, this guy's such a gatekeeper, dude.
He's like holding his younger brother away by putting his hand on his forehead. Like...
Centaurus on the swing, damage done. X-Cloud is for second.
Oh.
Lovely spray transfer. It's Vigo who manages to pick up X-Cloud though. And oh no, Xantares. So one of these stats just doesn't belong here.
Yeah, by Xantares standards, I wouldn't have been surprised if those deaths and kills were just completely swapped, and he was going 15-3 right now. The fact that Astralis talent are shutting him down is bloody impressive.
Bloody impressive. Big oofs. Smoke, Blooms, and Breezer reveals their position via the sound cue. And now it's a rare mid play. Last time we saw Xantares here was actually their anti-eco, I believe. On this same boost, by the way.
It was. Breeze was ready for it, though. Once again, Xantares just gets caught out.
Same plays, different finishes. But once again, it's not a big dub for Eternal Fire. At the bottom of the ramp here, most of the danger's going to come from Mr. here, behind the sandbags. There should be a molly to clear them. Indeed, 2 mollies, in fact, between Calyx and Immor.
Utility planned here. Mr. backs off, accompanied by Fessel. Both of them have to be so passive here. Turn on fire. There's only 35 seconds left as well here.
Molly sent out. Should be instantly extinguished. Fesser's down, though. Mr. now isolated. Lovely flash. Was that Mr.'s own?
It was.
I'll be my own assistant. Thank you very much.
20 seconds as well.
Needs to be gained upon here. Immor sees the feet through the smoke, but now has to fight so many by themselves. Breezer on the long angle. aTTaX on the short. Diving in with the bomb. aTTaX takes the swing at the precise correct time. And Astralis talent hit 13.
I mean, they do so in a very clean fashion. Mr. just has an incredible round on his part there. And, well, Astralis talent, they continue to succeed. They continue to shut down Eternal Fire, who, it's uncharacteristic to see them losing this. I won't lie.
Indeed it is. Remember, Eternal Fire, sure they don't have the best stats on this map, but they are on a 3-map win streak against fairly solid teams, and Astralis talent recently only just beat Young Ninjas here 25-23, and Young Ninjas came out as the last team in our Swiss, going 0-3 with the worst round differential. So it wasn't a great tournament performance for them.
No, it wasn't. I mean, also we have kind of poor performances historically. Astralis talent in these last few tournaments they've played in, most of them have been kind of this Pinnacle series. They've really struggled in them. Of course, in the Academy League, they end up placing 3rd with losses to Big, which is a team you'd expect them to beat. In Malta Vibes, they only had to place kind of top 16, which didn't go well for them. Before that, it was 25th to 40th. Like, the power spike these guys have hit, the coordination that these guys have found is actually incredible.
Yeah, for context, those of you who don't know where we are in the Swiss, these are the 2-1 teams. Winner is going to go through. Lose will have to fight for survival tomorrow in our final day of Swiss play. Astralis talent already making a case to go to our playoffs here at the Pinnacle Winter Series number 3. aTTaX lies in wait for going up against a menagerie, a collage crema of pistols.
Just kind of kill them. He sees the first. There's a nade with Xantares' name on it. Won't quite kill him, though.
Calyx playing it slowly thus far. Oh, they might well have been spotted. Playing the head glitch. Pops on up. Hopes for aTTaX might show their face. But the damage from this utility is softening up Eternal Fire so much. That molly is going to make time even more of an issue. 1 flash, 1 smoke. They don't want to be using that to extinguish the molly. Xantares falls on down. Vigo lies in wait.
Immor.
Finally, shots will connect. Immor and xFloud.
Look at Mr. though. Another flank from Mr. He's so good.
He just has the timing. He doesn't have the weapon, though. xFloud has used the M4 to his advantage. But now, can you play around the bomb? The covering fire of the smoke gets the additional money, and you know what? That's fine. To get that bomb plant money, it was a eco from the side of Eternal Fire, but it doesn't change that Astralis talent hit 14.
14 to 8, Harry, and now for Eternal Fire, the sort of a do or die territory here. I'm so impressed by Mister these last 2 rounds. He has been playing so damn well, and he's just been shutting them down. My worry, however, falls onto, once again, to Xantares. Every player on the server is doing better than him, kind of 5-fold, 3-fold, and I just want to see the Xantares we know and love, Harry.
Yep. Oh my goodness. Try as you might, Breezer. Woxic was prepared. You sung their praises, but you've also had some love for Mister. And Mister's certainly given that love out in spades to xFloud. Now 4-4. I would say that Eternal Fire have had a preferred site, but they haven't. It's been failure pretty much everywhere. Irregardless of location. Irregardless isn't a word. Utility is, and Xantares gets their 4th kill off the back of an HE. I think he's actually got 2 HE kills in this game.
There you go. Good for 1. Caught out though and traded, so 3-on-2 is coming here. But Mister is on another flank.
Here he goes again, boys.
How does he get behind them so consistently?
It's Mister flanking your backline. Playing once again. They might be able to take out the AWP here. Emor. Oh, Emor doesn't know. Is it a knife? Please be a knife. Please be a knife. I beg you.
Oh my god, it's so smart!
Oh my god, he's just the best player in the world. Move over,
so
Simple.
Smart.
Move over, Moonsy. Oh, Mister. Big smart. There's the flash. It's a lovely bounce directly towards Sandbags, but he actually blinds himself. With the yin comes the yang, Kremer. With the cream comes the cheese. And Eternal Fire just about squeaked that one out.
He goes from being what could be the player of the tournament to actually team flashing it all to self flashing there. That was a
seppuku flash.
That was a spree of emotions I just felt there, Harry. Nonetheless, a solid round from Eternal Fire to be able to keep it alive. Woxic breaking 20 frags to now, trying to keep up with Mister. But once again, Xantares just 4 kills, Harry.
I think 2 of them are HEs, but I might be wrong. And still, 4 assists. In about round 10, I was like, oh man, Xantares on 4 assists though. Still there, baby. Alright, round number 24 is our Pinnacle replay. Hopefully we'll see Mister line up these shots. Oh, the lovely patience. But it's not just patience that makes good gamers great, Kremer. It's also top-tier peripherals, like the ones provided by our partners over at XtraFi. Tab.gg/XtraFi, use code WINTER10. 10% off on your next peripheral purchase. Upgrade your setup today with XtraFi.
Versa looking to upgrade his kill count with a swing onto ramp here. Woxic looking to be boosted over the smoke here. Unfortunately, the angle doesn't quite work out for him. Versa will fire fruitlessly through the fumes.
Through the fire and the fumes.
Yeah. They cough on. I don't know. Flash goes out. There's the swing. Confirmation of presence. And Versa gets that opening.
Emor can't catch a break. Xantares. Yes, there it is. Beautiful adjustment onto the head. Blinded for the moment. A spam through the girders. As Lane Xantares low. But still breathing. Still dangerous. Still a threat Breezer here. The Ivy op. Not the most common position. Might be unexpected. Xantares. With the peaks on the head glitch. Breezer's going to get some guests very soon. There's Vigo on the boost table. So Calyx here. Easy stuff. No one checks for boost. Xantares gets another one. His 26 HP is being put to good use. But it will not survive the swings of Breezer. Now 1 versus 2 for Woxic. 20 kills in the back pocket, trying to deny Astralis talent. That all-important match point on their own map pick. Oh, that's lovely cover there from aTTaX. Figuring, you know what? You just hardscope that way, bud. I've got you.
Eternal Fire left with they have money on Xantares. They can buy. They are going to have weapons to wield. The question is, though, are Astralis talent going to allow those weapons to separate them from a victory? Because, honestly, I'm really liking how Astralis talent have played this so far. And, well, yeah, Astralis talent, sure, their Inferno isn't as good. Yeah, getting 14 rounds against Big Academy and beating Honorous, that's certainly not bad. And, honestly, there's a world here where a full upset happens.
Very much could. Fessa. Down. First kill again. We have at least seen Woxic be a little bit inspiring with the op. Finally, the Krieg is coming out. That's my personal favorite grammar. But Emol's made a risk here. Krieg with no supporting characteristics. No utility. No armor. Just a scope and a dream. That could be a big flash. And it is. Mr. Refragged here.
Oh, Util. Gets planned. With Breezer. Hard scoping this angle now. The main man to worry about on A. Maybe the only defender to worry about on A if he can't summon Vigo quickly. And for Eternal Fire, remember the money on Astralis talent isn't great. If Eternal Fire win this, Astralis talent could be in for a long ride.
Vigo's presence has been requested. But for now, it's all quiet. As all 4 members of Eternal Fire have their conference at the bottom of ramp. This is going to be checked very soon. It's Vigo who's responsible for it. Sees the arse of Ayamor and shoots directly into it. X-Floud, will they be able to pick up the Krieg? We're only on the Mach 10 at the moment. Actually picks up the M4, prefers that. No tracers. Silent as it comes. 17 seconds remaining. Freezer, now. Awaits the incoming battlers. aTTaX, I believe, hit with the AWP through the wall. Is finished off with a second shot from Woxic. Breezer in a 1 versus 3 now. Takes the swing and Woxic, clean as they come. He has really been a highlight for Eternal Fire and what has been a disappointing map.
Yeah, so you're right. Astralis talent, they're left with a... Well, what actually has to be a force. aTTaX, he's double eco, so pistols, armor, whatever util you can scramble here. As for Astralis talent, suddenly things go to DEFCON 2. They realise that Eternal Fire absolutely can come back here. Whether or not they do, all depends on how effective these rounds that they're not winning but doing damage are.
I don't know if we've seen many flawlesses from Eternal Fire yet. I think their force on their T side was a flawless. A sound from Matt. There have been pretty solid trades from Astralis talent, mostly due to some of the amazing flashes they've had. This has been one of the teams that I've been most enthused about when it comes to their utility usage in our first map. Xantares opens up again. Little damage taken by Eternal Fire. And now they simply alleviate themselves of their B responsibilities.
Yeah, util. Continuing to be held by Eternal Fire. I'm surprised actually they're not being louder about this push out ramp. There's no real reason to be quiet. You're either running into a stack when you're not. And in this case, Fessel, the main man to try and stop him. The eagle in hand, heads to find, and X-Floud looks to offer his up. Either as a ruse or a sacrifice, we'll see soon.
Trying to play the head glitch here. Fessa might be in trouble. X-Floud the same. Xantares broken down. 1 versus 3 for Fessa. And unfortunately, it's too much to ask. 11 here for Eternal Fire, but 2 kills for Astralis talent on the force. Oh, wow.
That's what about the Pinnacle. Still favouring, bear in mind these are series odds, still favouring Eternal Fire, but not by much.
There's a really tightened up from the very stubborn 5 to 1.2.
You're absolutely right. With some more util being thrown by this side. Astralis talent with a mere flash to get him through mid to try and duel Floud. But he sees him coming, backs off, disciplined as ever, allowing both he and Emor to crossfire these approaching members.
Emor gets a freebie. But where are the rest of these roaming CTs? I like mosquitoes, man. Woxic, I think, just ate double headshots from USPs or something. A lot of damage done. And now they are quite low. Frieza could try and play an off angle here. Does try and catch Calyx by surprise.
Ooh,
Where did that come from?
that was a dink through the smoke there. Every member of the Astralis talent are moments away from death. But so is Woxic and Calyx here.
And at this point, Woxic and Calyx, they are very much aware that they do not want to risk their lives and their economies up against these USPs when they have a couple of AK-wielding compatriots who might be in a much better position. The flank is expected this time. Mister taken down. aTTaX is the only one left alive. Did they die to the bomb here? 4 HP? No, they're fine.
Very well could do.
Oh, you can't catch a break, man.
It's rough, isn't it? It's not looking good. Oh, poor guy. Remember at Pinnacle, with the best CSGO odds, the low margins and high limits, you can win more at temp.gg/live odds or temp.gg/winter. Both of them work because both of them are run by the lovely people at Pinnacle. Remember to sign up using code WINTER22 for a few extra bonus goodies, and only ever gamble if you're over the age of 18 and in a fun and safe environment. With no AWP on the members of Astralis talent, something tells me this is either going to be a very aggressive or extremely passive round.
As we reach for dusk of Vertigo here, Kremer, there are only 5 rounds in which Centaurus hasn't died.
That's not a pretty stat, is it?
No, it's not. Woxic might be chased out here,
What a
and
flash
they are
there.
executed. The Vigo Fessa combo might be what delivers Astralis talent the dub they are so desperate for.
Centaurus. boost it
Same
up.
play again, baby. Here we go. One more time for the boys. Centaurus wins
up.
these. No, they do not.
Oh, man. 4 on 2.
3 for 0 on that boost. X-File down as well. Emor, the last remaining hope. The last chance of Eternal Fire here on Vertigo Astralis talent. They are on match point. They are 3 versus 1. They have the bomb in their control. Every single metric says that Eternal Fire lose out here. And you could predict the impossible by using our extension partners over at Stream Cards. One of our partners here at Pinnacle Winter Series number 3, Emor. They've wrapped around here onto the ramp. Ostentatious in their approach. It's loud. It's proud. But will it be deadly? Fessa takes some damage. The Utilas expended themselves, and Emor just decides to end it in the flames. Okay, let's go next.
Get it over and done with. Astralis talent, they take Vertigo 16-12, upsetting Eternal Fire. The question is, can they keep up this momentum when we move to Eternal Fire's map pick, of course, of Inferno? It's going to be an interesting one, that's for sure. We'll be back after the short break. Don't go anywhere.
Average Valorant enjoys. Here we are once more, the Pinnacle Winter Series number 3. We are in our advancement match here of the main Swiss. One of these teams is going through to the playoffs. One of them has to fight for survival tomorrow.
It's going to be a tough one, that's for sure. Eternal Fire, having lost Vertigo, let's be honest, we weren't expecting that. They were a side that, frankly, well, should have won that opening map, and the reason they didn't, I would argue, is because Antares wasn't there. Look at Inferno, though. I think he is.
1 kill. It's already 12.5% of the way to the 30 rounds of Vertigo we saw. And Eternal Fire seem pretty hot with these pistols right now. They haven't been able to reclaim the P250 that was dropped. However, I'll have that. Thank you very much, says aTTaX. As Breezer lies in wait on the site, waits out the blind. Mister, on Vertigo, for those of you who did not see, it was certainly all about the flanks from Mister. Woxic, quick, hot-footed on the Glocks. Unable to stop the bomb plant here. This means that even if Eternal Fire do lose here, they should be good for a force. But they look like they're set to win. aTTaX putting the P250 to use. Lovely stuff. Thanks for the gift, Antares. But, ECLOT here. They can play the time. The approach is loud. Halfway gone is the bomb. And aTTaX just dashes back on over again. Keeps their head to the ground. ECLOT. They are moving in. The bomb was defused, though. Pros don't fake, Kramer.
Oh, Harry. Oh, Harry.
Oh, Kramer.
That's not how you want to start if you're Eternal Fire. Bear in mind that you already have seen that you had a rough start. You've already lost a map. And now Astralis talent just show up and they sack the piss round off you by just not faking. Does a 4K from him there. And honestly, Eternal Fire, Force Spy comes out, understandably so. 2 AKs, 2 Khalils, a mid-deagle on ECLOT, but let's be honest, ECLOT, he is the team player.
3 players of Eternal Fire have head armor. Bear that in mind against this trio of SMGs, all of which stand at the top of Banana. Emor moves forward. The first will fall, the second easily so. Emor the Slayer! And Mister's the next one to go. Taking down the man who killed so many of their compatriots. That was a brave rush forward.
Through the smoke, a lot of damage being done. Hasn't quite followed it up just yet, though. So Eternal Fire really make their Force Spy look strong. Razor and Altez looking to at least attempt to retake here, but Altez, he seems a bit disinterested as he continues to just hover around long.
Dude, this Vama skin's like Kubrickian as they come.
It's pretty cool, isn't it?
Mad impressionist or something. This one's going to be a save from Astralis talent. How do you think they could have played the triple SMG Banana better?
Honestly, I don't know. I would have rather seen them... You see how they've died? All of them are on that far wall where they're fighting at range. I would want to see them up close, in the face of Eternal Fire. Maybe if you go for banana control. You know that you're going to be against AKs. You know Eternal Fire are going to force. And yeah, I just think that playing SMGs at that range is just handing the advantage to the AKs, regardless of the fact that you have the defender's advantage or the numbers advantage. It's a bit of a micro mistake from Astralis talent, but credit's due to Eternal Fire, who punish it huge.
Yeah, Emor does amazingly there. Is going to be purchased a AK by good old Antares. And now Eternal Fire. They just have to try and play this as disciplined as possible against the Deegs and the saved rifles. If they can win out this round, Astralis talent will be forced into either a Force Spy or an Eco.
Retake utility from Fessa here. Hoping that may deter Eternal Fire, and it actually works beautifully, but here's the issue. There's still 1 minute and 20 seconds left. You've dropped that util very early on. And luckily, and I would say there was a great deal of luck there, Eternal Fire have actually turned their attention completely around and looks ahead into the stack on A.
Mister tries their best to hide in the corner, waits until their vision returns, and then gets rid of Emor.
That's the bomb.
The bomb on the other side of a smoke cremor. And an upgrade as well. The bomb and the AK given on over. Antares might make Their best attempt is to try and just grab one in the smoke, but Mister's random spray removes Calyx. aTTaX playing to try and guard the flank for the moment. Look at that. Hegemony of smokes. They are isolating the bomb from the defenders who are over on the A-long approach. aTTaX back in quad. Because apartments are being watched. Boiler populated. A direct hit with a Molotov. eXcloud gets a double. Both for players in long. And now they can madly dash for B. It is going to be a race here between aTTaX and Woxic, who is so low. Do they have themselves any way to try and win this easily?
Oh, that timing.
The timing's so good. And now Mister has to try and do it all with a dig. He's able to grab an AK on their way through. This might have to be a save, Cram.
Astralis Talent had won that round.
How did eXcloud get a double?
How did they let him get? How did they let him get a double? Is my question, because those players, they still had a lot of HP to work with.
That's true.
Eternal Fire, once again, literally they go down in a round. Astralis Talent make a mistake, they punish it, they get the lead. That's been our formula that we've been following these last kind of 2-3 rounds. And well, for Astralis Talent, hopefully this AK in the hands of Mister might be able to change the tidings, maybe change the course of that.
I mean, it's something, right? aTTaX already on 5 kills, admittedly. Is pretty good form, but I can't believe that eXcloud got the double, man. That turned around potentially the entire first sort of like 8 rounds here. This might have a butterfly effect upon. Because now, Astralis Talent, they are having to play down with some pistols, and this has allowed Woxic to get their hands on that AWP. Woxic was definitely the highlight of an anemic performance on Vertigo for Eternal Fire.
Yeah, it was, and while Woxic was the man to sort of make life a bit easier, it was sort of hindered by the fact that Zentaris was so slow to start. And actually slow to finish as well. Through the box, Woxic, let's pull the trigger! Eventually will. They go fulls, and with Mister already on low HP, I wouldn't be surprised if we see Mister just save the AK again.
Might well, they were spammed through the smoke in mid. That's what got them so low to begin with. The AK here, trying to watch across from CT, but of course they have been smoked off, as is to be expected. eXcloud is low. The traces are followed. Kiss your AK goodbye, and kiss your team goodbye. Eternal Fire with a flawless round.
Just like that. Eternal Fire, they go 3-1 up, looking once again to be as strong as ever. And here's the thing. Well, Eternal Fire are punishing the mistakes that Astralis Talent are making. For how much longer do Astralis Talent make these mistakes? Because Astralis Talent, we saw that, much like Eternal Fire, they are just better when they have rifles. Their deagles aren't that good, their pistols aren't that good. But when they have rifles, that's when Mister really gets his confidence. And that we saw him kind of 4 rounds in a row, just outflank Eternal Fire.
eXcloud forced away for a moment. Exchange of utility on Banana as to be expected. As Woxic creeps up. Thirsty for blood. Crossfire will be watched by their compatriot. As Mister is going to play on the balcony here. Controlling second mid as well as the crossing it short. Oh, Zentaris is back, baby.
They are, with a really, really tough position to be in now for the members of Astralis Talent. The rotation can't come through. Fessa can't make it to site. He doesn't know what's happening for long control. And so Astralis Talent's only solution is to send Mister into apps, clear what he can, hope that gives enough space for Astralis Talent to then make their foray through shorts. Unfortunately, Woxic, he's holding it. And Woxic, he doesn't miss, Harry.
Oh, no, he does not. Woxic! You can walk up to him, but all you're doing is delivering him a larger target. As proximity will not be your friend. It's only Vigo alone on B. And Emor hungers for this M4. Oh my god! The range on that. That's an Olympic shot.
That was an Olympic shot for Astralis Talent. things are getting a little bit worrisome here. The odds started to slip back in favor of Eternal Fire. They see that while Vertigo was one-sided, okay, maybe Eternal Fire just struggle on Vertigo. On Inferno, a completely different team. And particularly the fact that Zentaris, he's here. Welcome to the show, bud.
Arrived and in style, Kremer. Eternal Fire once more have themselves an easy round, potentially, against a collective of pistols. P2000, CZs, Deagles. And look, they're already building up such a huge economy. Calyx over 9,000 already.
First on the close angle, inviting X-Cloud into him. There's a clean kill. All of a sudden, another 4-on-3, or 5-on-3 actually. Come out.
Oh, the CZ head
It's just a shutdown. Just a shutdown, Harry.
They take those fights at... It's such a weird angle to take the fight with the CZ, but of course they're trying to catch a timing or someone had utility in their hand. Unfortunately, the machine pistol's a little bit unwieldy at that range. aTTaX taken down, I think, through a gap in a smoke on it. Was actually happening in mid. Freezer has infiltrated the site. Thanks for that, boys. Kills Woxic. Where's the AWP? They've lost it. I'm thinking might have got blown onto the roof. Oh no,
They'll reinvest. There you go. Eternal Fire. They're playing with you, Harry. They're toying with you.
I think it was actually bought by xCloud.
Ah, so better still. They've decided, I don't care. We've lost it. Let's go ahead. Get another one.
Ah, fine. Only 2 more of these, Timmy. Can't be spoiling you.
Eternal Fire 5-1 up now. If they start getting kind of 8-9 rounds, that's when I'll start to worry. That's a hell of a shot from Breezer there. Oh my god. Look at the nades.
Oh my god. All we can do here is die.
God, that was the Valley of the Shadow of Death if ever I've seen it. Oh my lord.
World War I CS occurring right here.
That is a miracle that no one died there.
Eternal Fire wheeling out the Paris gun. Freezer.
That's a really cool gun.
The Paris gun is a very cool gun. A gun you need to put on rails.
That right there.
Wins. Away. Away.
There should be a CS map for the Paris gun. No, just add the Paris gun to the game.
You could probably add it to train.
I don't know where it would ever aim, but
Well, I mean, were you expecting it to hit people?
I mean, it's got like
it would have to be like
its range is like 75 miles,
yeah,
isn't it?
It would have to be well outside the game box, man.
It actually just starts shelling devs like that.
It was to like try and hit Paris from Belgium. It's an international weapon.
It did though, didn't it?
Yeah. It did.
Yeah, the problem with guns like that, though, there was what was it called? The Germans made another one called the Schwer Gustav, which was another huge railway gun. That was in World War II. And the issue is while it's cool that you can hit something from 120 miles away, it takes so much setup and manpower to maintain it. You might as well just fight the war and get to Paris the same way everyone else has, rather than trying to be special.
I mean, the Paris gun was made by welding 3 separate cannon barrels together. Just like we'll just make
they had like
it
a little
longer.
bridge thing. They had like a bridge thing at the top, didn't they?
Yeah.
Like, it had a proper strat and everything.
Highly recommend for Google chat if you want to see one of the most
that's a
awesome
Wikipedia
weapons
article to read. Yeah.
ever generated.
Do you want to know a fun gun fact about World War One that I found quite funny?
You know what? Give me a World War I gun fact. Tell me about this Great War.
So there's something called the trench gun, which was invented by the Americans, and the trench gun was essentially the first ever usage of a shotgun in war. And Germany actually filed for international sanctions because it was a war crime to use the trench gun. It was inhumane. Then 2 weeks later, brought out chemical weapons. I just found that quite funny.
I felt like that's a weird timeline because chemical weapons, as far as I'm aware, they were used by Germany and the Allies well before the US even entered the war.
Yep. It was. I think it was an American-made gun. It wasn't the Americans using it.
Ah, okay.
And so it kind of fell into the hand of some Brits, so they went, "Sonic, we'll use this." And Who'd have thought close range trenches work amazingly with a shotgun?
Got to get one of those auto shotties. Calyx, full auto
Or
here.
makes no sense.
But the SMG wins at that range. Calyx punished. And maybe Astralis talent here can grab their second CT round, moving now into the able territory of Vigor. Question is, can they channel the power of old father Blame F? And over here on Inferno B. Maybe they can. They're in the Blame F site and they're using the Blame F power. Astralis talent. They have brought forth their stand energy. Their ancestors flow through their veins, and that's a second round.
Solid stuff, actually, for the members of Eternal Fire there. For Astralis talent to shut it down, but Eternal Fire, they got into a position where they were hitting that B site, 2 men up, with the utility advantage, with the gunfire, with the firepower advantage. The fact that Viggo's able to kill 2 players, hide, and then have his AWP kill the other 2 is insane. It shouldn't be happening. Eternal Fire, they dropped the ball a little bit. The question is this going to be a 1 round of a spree? Or is it just going to be a single shot on the dark box? Like, I think you may have seen a suppressor there, but it won't matter because the flash is perfect. And now Astralis talent have their confidence. The aggression's coming in.
Crunch is solid. However, can you beat the AWP? Wrap around the back here from Calyx might be punished by Breezer. That's a perfectly placed smoke. And now surrounded on so many sides, forced to just extricate themselves into Banana. But no, who's doubling down? It's Viggo who's moved into the midst of all of this. Antares is underneath them. He's the sapper beneath your feet, the mole man from Turkey.
Oh, that's a clean shot. Antares has to trade, but Astralis talent, they're disappearing into the woodworks just as quickly as they reveal themselves.
Goya fighters. Old Danish Goyas. They pop up on a bacon farm, and they disappear.
A bacon farm?
A pig farm.
Thank you, Harry.
We're growing bacon here. May contain content inappropriate for vegans.
Can we appreciate last time you did that and no one understood the reference but me?
That's okay. It's only for you, bud.
Oh, thanks, man. I really appreciate that.
Oh, that's definitely content inappropriate for children. Astralis talent with a little bit of economy behind them.
Suddenly Eternal Fire have sort of slammed on the brakes here. They've been pretty aggressive. They then had that round there where they just had to stop that attack completely. They go back through mid, they go through second mid, they re-clear second mid, then they have to kind of worm their way through amps, so they just lose all their time. Astralis talent, perfect aggression, and it works beautifully. They now have full utility, money behind it, and a full buy to work with, while Eternal Fire, they have cash now, they won't do next round, particularly if they lose.
Yeah, we started to chew through Eternal Fire, and all of those precious little dollars that they had in their bank. EWP's gone again. Emor's picked it up now. And there is real estate viewing going on in apartments. aTTaX trying to play it cheekily from down below hay barrels.
Antares plays the smoke onto long. Nades continue to be chucked either direction. With Eternal Fire being so passive. They're being so methodical now that they realise that Astralis talent are confident enough to go aggressive. They're dropping their util, they're clearing it, they're re-throwing their util. They still haven't got long control.
Smoke's gone. So too is Antares. 5 versus 3 now.
Astralis talent haven't even taken damage this round.
True. Avoiding all those nades. Speaking of which, pair of HEs good to go in the hands of Imor and Xfloud. Smoke goes first. Breezer holds the angle.
Oh.
A bad miss for Xfloud is going to punish right there. A flash, once again, also done down. Viggo trying their best to channel Blame F. That's not what you wanted from Imor, but there it is. The no-scope does the damage.
Hell of a round from both teams, actually. I quite like how Astralis talent were able to win it. They keep it close. Eternal Fire, that was a round which they shouldn't have got as many kills as they did. They really did turn that around, and they really did look pretty strong after that. Question becomes now, can Eternal Fire keep this momentum? Or can they stop Astralis Talent from keeping this momentum? Because, Harry, they don't have cash.
Oh. But they buy the AWP. All right. AWP on one side. Can't be afforded by... Oh, I guess Breezer can afford it, but they have bought the SMG here. Which is interesting. I guess they're buying the SMG in anticipation of the pistol round here. And this might actually be terrible for Eternal Fire. If they get beaten in this round with only an SMG buy from Breezer and they can loot the AWP, that's such an economic boon. Oh, that's a bad miss. I'll take that all. Thank you very much, mate. Run and gun, they say. Fessa, I'll take over, mate. Don't you worry. You will be avenged. Movement forward. That was a dink right there. Let's put Fessa on notice. AWP's been re-grabbed here by Calyx, who was trying their best to creep up, but has been perturbed by the smoke.
Oh, look at this aggression.
X-Flam
I love it so much.
Can get so much done here. Nope, never mind.
Oh, I love the aggression so much.
Is this another save on the AWP?
It may have to be. Astralis Talent, they're
moving
all
back up again.
over. They're all over Eternal Fire.
Oh, can we get the AWP? This would be such a boon for them. There it is. Oh, no. Razor, I've got a gift for you, mate.
All right, this is time to bring out some stats. Do you want to know something interesting about Eternal Fire?
Tell me about Eternal Fire.
They prefer their T side to their CT side.
Oh, okay.
By about kind of 55-45. Over on Astralis Talent, it's the same story, but for Astralis Talent, they've only got 2 maps on record. So it's hard to really gauge some serious stats from just 2 games, but for now, it's also ever so a slight preference for their CT side.
That O, by the way, and that okay. My entry for the most subtext in a single syllable award. They don't think it's gonna win.
Eternal Fire. So that's up with another attack through mid here. But look at how aggressive Astralis have been the last couple of rounds. Eternal Fire, they're now shaken. Look how passive they're being. They don't really want to fight here.
Mum, come pick me up. I'm scared.
Yeah, there's some counter-terrorism units running around with M4s.
Mum, they're stopping me playing terrorist.
So some guy ran up to me, just gave me a gun and a balaclava, and now I've got to pretend to be a terrorist. I thought it was a game.
Ah. No more games.
No
Moving up banana now. 4 players. Moving out.
Oh, what a well-timed smoke.
That is beautiful. Now they'll have to flash themselves out if they want to try and push through here. Only a Tech 9 on Moxig punished their previous investment Emor, though. Grabs Fessa, and Vigor wasn't in a position to try and play the secondary. It's a beautiful flash, but no one's there to follow it up. All it does is give time for aTTaX to move on in for the crossfire here. Frag, good to go. Playing from conservative positions. Can they find themselves anything off the back of a Korea?
Oh, that's so clean!
In favor of Astralis!
Oh, my!
They have torn apart Eternal Fire 6-6. After a 6-round streak from Eternal Fire, they now have done nothing for 5 rounds.
What on earth was that from Astralis Talent? They just collapse onto. They just get collapsed on. I mean...
They're playing the blame F spot, man. The power of their ancestors.
Eternal Fire now with, yes, a buy, but there's bugger all left in the economy, and this could be where Astralis Talent actually take the lead.
They don't actually buy. Oh, wait, they do. Pardon me? Yes. Bit util. Couple upgraded pistols. Okay. The AK in the hands of Calyx. This is the big boy Vicrama. Head armor on Emor as well, which is a interesting choice given that they are not one of the Deagle wielders.
On the job spot, Fessa. Trying to catch out the odd player. unable to do so as Eternal Fire continues to move up banana here. Unperturbed as well. Astralis Talent, this could be a big blunder. Fessa, what reason does he have to leave B here? What reason does he have to leave B? I actually want to see Vigo start rotating.
One smoke has kept 4 members of Astralis Talent staring at A. Here comes Vigo. Fessa, smoked off for the moment. Very little utility left. The side of Eternal Fire. Vigo goes high. Can't take out the first. Not an ideal spray. Mister around the back. ECLOT's going to be the one to meet them. A wild spray here with a deagle could be all that they need. Do they check around the other half of the wall? 4 versus 5. Calyx is so low. ECLOT taken down. And now that's another angle that needs to be worried about here by Eternal Fire. Centaurus tucks themselves into the corner. Managed to grab themselves an M4. Breezer's fallen down in the midst of all of this. Fessa might even go for a tap upon the bomb. And they might decide to stick it as well. Calyx is so close to seeing it. They get taken down. It's still the defuse being held. aTTaX should be able to get this. And Astralis Talent just in the nick of time managed to win that one out, but they've lost so much against so little from Eternal Fire.
That was a big blunder in positioning from Astralis Talent there. What are they doing with a 4-man stack on B against a full eco? Everyone eco rushes B. I eco rush B. You eco rush B. Eternal Fire eco rush B.
They saw one smoke, man. They're like, I don't know.
There's no reason to not have an extra player on B there. Sure, if he's an archway, I understand that. You got the quick rotation. Particularly if, say, Fess is playing backside, you then have the crossfire from CT. But they just didn't. They kind of handed a bomb site to Eternal Fire, and I mean, for Eternal Fire, they'll take that any day of the week. But I'm disappointed, frankly, Harry. I'm not angry, disappointed.
Kind of weird champ of you, bro.
Yeah. Confused, actually, is probably a better word. Is right now. Eternal Fire. Yeah, Eternal Fire. They have a full buy. Woxic does have the SORP, and I originally said that Woxic will outclass Breezer, but credit where credit is due to Breezer. He is keeping this very close and has been throughout this series.
6 rounds in a row for Astralis Talent. After Eternal Fire got their own 6-piece. Fessa there taking a little bit of extraneous damage. Who needs eyes? I've got my 6th sense. You talked about Breezer, and now they continue to be a menace. Fessa easily taken down by body shots because they previously made the mistake of sitting in that molly. That left them vulnerable, Kremer. And now they paid for it.
4-on-4. Calyx fairly alone in A here. As the members of Eternal Fire start their rotation. Just trying to catch out some of these double pit players. Unable to do so just yet, though.
A loud ass chicken. Very excited to have some friends over here. 1 molly remains. We can assume that's going to be for big pit here. And after a molly is used, this does drag Breezer over, probably to play from library. And look at this.
Oh, that's nice. Did less damage than I thought it would, actually. But still.
There goes wrapping around the back. Oh, they just lost for timing on the bomb. They reveal themselves to ECLOT. Oh, that could be a critical miss. In goes the molly. Probably already extinguished. Mister plays from mini pit. Imor goes down. A mad rush forward. All the gunfights are going the way of Astralis Talent. You may have bought weapons to play with, but only Woxic's found his man. A no scope onto Vigo, and Mister says that's enough from you, mate. Simmer down. 8-6. Astralis Talent have got 7 in a row.
Harry, Astralis Talent, man. I was ready to rule them out, but they've woken up, they've bucked up, and now they're looking to gear up as they reinvest in the players who died. Granted, it wasn't many because that was a slaughter of a round. Eternal Fire with a mere deagle on Calyx. No AWP in sight. The AKs do still pack a punch, but they pack enough of a punch, Harry.
Last round of half, Kremer. If you think you know what's going to happen, show us on our stream extension partner stream cards. Hit that big green luminous play button. You can use a deck of cards to try and predict what's going to be happening in real time. But let's see what happens in reality. The backup has been called. Vigo and Fessa both playing on B. 2 players ahead of a smokes at the top of banana from the attacking side. Fess is going to get a quick bounce on the molly here.
Aggression in mid here, but mid historically just hasn't worked out for Eternal Fire, has it?
It's not been great.
It's
But
not
to be
been
fair,
great.
that's the same thing that happened on Vertigo, right? Like, we saw that same boost from Xantares in mid like 3 times, and it never worked.
Yeah.
Mid plays for Eternal Fire today. Lackluster thus far.
You're absolutely right. With some follow-up aggression in Apeks here. It's a heavy commitment to Apeks, actually. So aTTaX and Mr. are going to be in pretty good positions to shut it down. Mr. with the bait and switch may very well be able to have a bit of impact here. But Reza, I mean, he knows they're coming.
Oh my goodness, shot out of the air. Mr. gets taken down shores and Tara's an X-Floud. The X-Boys are coming in. And aTTaX just bides their time. Hiding down here. Might be able to stop themselves a plant. Sorry, were you doing something over there, mate? Once again, the last player remaining in the 1 versus 2 makes a mad dash for the bomb with 10 seconds remaining, but Fess is on the other side, baby. 9-6, once again for Astralis. It's a nice half.
Nice. For a while, I thought Eternal Fire actually had this map, but Astralis Talent, they shift gear, and they disappear with a 9-6 scoreline. Remember, over at Pinnacle, if you predicted, bear in mind, if you predicted that Astralis Talent were going to win this from the start, the odds were like 5-1.
Yep.
You were
5-1, baby.
You are one very happy viewer right now. You can head over to the banner down below to check out Pinnacle, or head to tab.gg/winter or tab.gg/live odds to go check out Pinnacle, to give them the love they oh so desperately deserve. And with the pistol round to come, maybe you can predict on the outcome of this pistol round. Remember to sign up with code WINTER22. Gamble responsibly and gamble over the age of 18.
You more here? Upgraded pistol. Everyone else? Classic USPs? The P250. Breezer has the P250 at the moment. Looking to try and utilize that aim. There's the Beretta.
Oh.
2 guns, 2 kills. Could it be a 3rd? Nice cover there from X-Floud. Eternal Fire. They've been very clean on their pistol rounds. Remember, somehow, Astralis Talent, they only won their pistol round off the back of a stuck defuse.
I hate dual barrettes so much, Harry.
Well, you can hate into
anyway,
one hand and poo in the other, and then give a round of applause for the double kill from him all.
But that's true. So that is pretty cool, and I'll tell you a cool fact about dual barrettes. They're cooler than USP for one reason. You know what that is? And actually, I think USPs do it as well. Is they have something called dual stack magazines. Do you know what that means?
No idea.
Okay, so you know how bullets sit in a magazine? There's like a straight line with bullets all attached to them, right? What dual stack means is, I think we're going into technical timeout, so we can talk about this a bit. Dual stack means that there are more bullets that fit into the magazine, because rather than being on top of each other, they're like diagonal from one another. So you have 2 stacks of bullets rather than 1.
Ah.
And so what it means is that you can carry more ammo in a magazine rather than in, say, M1911, which is another very famous pistol, which you can't. So that's pretty cool. That's why that's why the Beretta M92FS is cool. Why dual Berettas and CS are absolutely awful, because they've bastardized what's a cool gun by making you dual wield them.
I mean, that's so many bullets. 2 dual stack magazines.
Harry, if you're ever in a professional CSGO match and you end up after 20 bullets realizing that you have to reload and you're not dead, then someone's doing something wrong. Right? Oh, but the ammo count's high. It doesn't matter. You're either killing them or you're not.
that means you don't have to worry as much about moving and accuracy. You just, you're an AD duelist.
Yeah, well, the other option's a Glock. Like, moving and accuracy matters to that.
True.
I just hate dual Berettas so much. I think you should be pretty proud of me for this reason as well, as I've gone through this whole round without swearing. Nuke is going to be happy with me for this.
Oh my. Okay, so the long wait has been delivered into a flawless round here for Eternal Fire.
I quite like that.
And
I quite like it.
4 of those kills were, of course, with the SMG. So that's, well, Crema, that's another reason to try and plug stream cards. If you predicted that happened on stream cards, congratulations. You are probably the highest scoring person in the world right there.
I doubt anyone's
they would
beating
wait
that.
for a minute and 10 seconds and then get flawless.
So the highlight as well is the reason they waited that long is Eternal Fire just drained so much utility just in trying to, well, just in active utility participation. Because you can't risk going aggressive when you only have SMGs. It's a good play from Astralis Talent. They have AKs now over in mid. Vigo, my God, that was nasty.
Ungodly shots.
Oh, Alex as
You
well.
are
Vigo,
an affront
Vigo's
to
had
Jesus.
enough. He doesn't want anything else to do with this map. He wants to go home. Eternal Fire. They're being dismantled. Emor gets a kill, thankfully, but it may be too little too late. He leaves. Mister's going to hear that.
It's only Fessa he's killed as well, and Fessa's not exactly the most dangerous player on Astralis Talent at the moment. Playing a little bit more supportively at the moment. It should be Astralis Talent hitting those double digits, and what a great time for me to tell you about World of Esports with a Z. If you think you'd be a good CS team manager, if you think you can build the best teams, then you should check out our fantasy partners over at World of Esports. They have integration with the Pinnacle Winter Series number 3, so that you can pick up players from the teams we have here and compete against other people. Give it a go.
I was going to go off Astralis Talent. They go 8. They go 10, 8 up. Harry, Eternal Fire. They're doing very well. Like, we thought they were going to stop this series, and they're just kind of not. Production?
Not yet, Kramer. Not
what
yet.
are we meant to do? Imor and Xcloud, they're trying their best to keep this team alive right now, but we haven't seen Eternal Fire on all cylinders. It's been 2 players, maybe 3, who are doing well, and the others have been a little bit shaky. And because of that, Astralis Talent, who do everything as a unit, so they're either all doing well or all doing badly, have now sort of left Eternal Fire in the dust at 10-8. Bear in mind that Eternal Fire have brought out to 0 here. They lose this round, and they are in big trouble.
Who would win, Kramer? 1 Turkish super team, or 5 baby bacons? Astralis Talent making their case here, and Tares, hello, Vigo, just decided to give that one a little bit of a jump instead of a fire. Interesting choices. Here do we feel left on the ground? Imor with the swing. Imor has been a real saving grace for this team, but aTTaX still wants to make it painful, wants to make this dangerous. The bomb has been lost on long, but 1 versus 2 is doable. 1 AK versus a pair.
He has a lot of time to play with here.
That's true.
With a smoke to deploy, if he deploys that smoke correctly in long, then Eternal Fire just lose control of it.
How does aTTaX play this? That smoke doesn't have long left on it.
There you go, there's that smoke.
Oh no, they were too early on the molly. It was extinguished by their own. Did they pick up the bomb here? aTTaX took so much damage. I think they were just floundering looking for the bomb on the floor. And then the dual Berettas come out for some celebratory gunfire in the air. It's like a Texan Christmas.
As we said, kind of 3 rounds in, Eternal Fire, they win rounds by punishing Astralis Talent. And right now, Astralis Talent, I don't know what Vigo was doing along there, but I think, in short, it was panic.
Yes. That response to seeing the early peak, especially when they weren't fired upon in the first peak, was like, what
are you doing here? You're not meant to be here.
Yes, they are very much focused on punishing Astralis Talent. They've been very bad boys.
They have been very bad boys, and they are still a round up. And for Astralis Talent, they just scrape a bye here. I'm interested to see if Faisal goes for a AK and armor, or if he goes for maybe a Galil and just gets that extra utility. There's one where actually a Mac 10 has its place here.
It's the AK and the armor. Vigo. Only with a dig. But hey. You can always pick up an AK from a fallen comrade if need be. I need everyone to have guns. What's that all about? Oh, hello.
We'll get having a few... There we go, those stood it the other way. A bit of movement issues for Emor there.
Couple locomotive issues.
Calix on balcony going to try and duel, Alex says.
Oh, the wallbang here is very feasible if aTTaX wants to drag attention over, but given that it's not a lurk, unlikely to do so. Centaurus, we'll see aTTaX soon. But the timing simply isn't good enough. Calyx almost with a double. But they've lost out on Woxic. Calyx dies as well. Sure, the Deagle has dropped, but hey, Vigo was considered expendable in this case. The bomb will be planted and Eternal Fire are left scampering for B. Oh, Kremer. They've got a lot of time to think about their strategies for the next round, think about what they've done, think about how to try and turn this around, and think about which peripherals they'd like to buy from our partners over at Extrafy. Teb.gg/Extrafy and code WINTER10, as you can see at the bottom of your screen, for 10% off on some excellent peripherals like the M4 wireless mouse and the H1 headset.
Eternal Fire, that was their round to win. That was their round. Astralis Talent, they went into that with a ramshackle buy, and they just win it. I don't understand. Eternal Fire, when aim is called upon, it's like 50-50 that aim shows up. When it shows up, they win the round. When it doesn't, they don't. And the odds are our partners at Pinnacle. Oh, how it's happened. It was inevitable, but it's finally happened for the first time this series. Astralis Talent are the favourites.
All it took was Astralis Talent being 5 rounds away from qualifying for our playoffs, Kremer.
Yes. Pinnacle were a little hesitant to give him these odds.
Pinnacle hate the Danes? Question mark?
Apparently so.
Oh my, what was that? Woxic with a quickscope headshot on the scout. I don't need big weapons to deal with little boys.
Vessel. Let's go through the smoke. Immort, AK in hand. One of the only AKs in circulation for Eternal Fire right now. We hesitated before they attack.
Oh. Seeing if someone's playing the head glitch. Give it a go. Give it a tap. Numbers advantage, but not armory advantage right now for Eternal Fire. Ended up with a pair of AKs, I believe, saved from the last round. And there's a world where xCloud really feels the siren song of heading down B to pick up an AK from a fallen mister.
Oh, absolutely right. Centaurus onto Breezer. Falls into the 3-on-5, and, well, Astralis Talent once again with a round they should be winning, and the 50-50 of aim falls in favour of Eternal Fire.
Fessa. Nice try on the spray transfer. The others have crept on in now. Centaurus announces their presence. Gap in the smoke. Unpopulated for now. Fessa moves in onto the site. Immor first. They can't even win that. Lovely stuff. The very much bloodied and bruised Fessa is an easy takedown as Eternal Fire hit their own double digits. And this is going to force an eco out of the Danish side.
Absolutely is. Heartbreaking to eco at this point as each team goes blow for blow here. There's no, for now at least, there's no clear winner here. Pinnacle, they seem to think that Astralis Talent have an advantage, but it's an ever so slight advantage.
Once again, Woxic as they're... What? Look at this! The run of the molly. Breezer misses all the shots and then dies to the flames. Alright. Sometimes you gotta get just a little bit weird. That's 2 utility kills now for Eternal Fire in this round. There's the HE. Will it be a third? Never mind. Calyx finishes that one off for them with the AK. Nice util damage, boys.
11-11, Harry. It's level begging for these two teams, and I can't help but think that if you're a member of Astralis, this is where you need to stop the momentum of Eternal Fire, and quickly. They've got money behind them now, so they're going to be able to cycle buys. On top of the fact that if Woxic has continued to get space with this up, you continue to allow Woxic to, well, at this point, harass you, he's going to be immortal by the end of this game.
Oh my goodness. He doesn't care, man. He does not care.
For that exact reason, Harry.
Send him to The Hague. Absolutely criminal. Woxic has no respect for these kids. You're in my zone now. The bomb led the way. The bomb was unfortunately yeeted forward. A molly there. at the feet of Mr. Blooms to him. And unfortunately, we just don't have any help to try and fight afterwards. Antares can take him down with just a body shot. Eternal Fire. Their CT side. It's been all about punishing mistakes from Astralis talent. They have been committed readily.
Absolutely have been. With Eternal Fire. Having to at least hold on to these weapons. Something to highlight, particularly with Fessel, is the fact that he doesn't have money. In fact, Astralis talent don't have money. He's got to try and save for 40 seconds here. In itself, that's a tall order. I would actually rather see Fessel just head off into apps here, rather than even go for this. But why is he going for this?
Not the Woxic angle. Oh my goodness.
But why? It's
But
like, yeah, it's
why?
nice shot. It's nice shots, sure. But why?
All right, there it is again. Astralis talent back to 2.3 for the match winner. Well, I'm trying to remember their stats for Nuke. I'm fairly sure they aren't terrible, right?
Yeah, they're not awful, but I think, honestly, for Astralis talent, they would have much rather taken this in 2 bites, as Woxic just shuts them down. Full eco now for Astralis talent, as Eternal Fire are going to hit 13 off the back of it. Deagle's in hand, as mid-aggression's planned by Xantares. He's seen, but he won't get a kill, nor will he be killed.
All right, Immor opens up once more. The attempt here with a Tech 9 potentially to overwhelm Calyx, who's picked up the Org. Hello. A little bit of German spice. Woxic. They have been overall in this game not amazing. 12 kills over, what, 24 rounds? But once you get the AWP in his hands, it's a different beast entirely, Kramer.
It absolutely is, with Woxic on the close angle. Plays that flash. Calyx trying to spam down here. He's being swarmed in the process, as is Woxic, despite the low HP of his adversaries.
Oh, hello. Fessa, once again showing off some high accuracy.
Oh!
My goodness. He's a spicy boy. And will the spice continue? 7 HP. Tempted by the upgrade. Does not go for it. Woxic next up on the docket. Doesn't matter if you've got 7 HP when you're up against this AWP anyway. It's 1 shot, 1 kill. 1 kill! Oh my god!
Does he predict fire? Oh, he doesn't.
They do get swung upon there, but the damage, man. The damage.
Oh my god!
That's the kind of stuff that gives you the machismo for the next round.
What a shot from Fessa. Granted, it's doesn't really matter too much on the next play anyway. Your opponents, they do their money. It's pretty strong. It's not really going to get pummeled until kind of 2-3 rounds time. It's this round that's going to do the true economic damage to them. As Flash is deployed in mid, early banana control being fought for by Eternal Fire, as they look to try and get an early advantage.
More aggressive, certainly, than they were over on Vertigo. Oh, Fessa. This guy is pretty hot in the last few rounds. You do not want to be getting into a gunfight with the old Confessor.
You still ready to be redeployed in banana here. There's that flash for the reaggression. Fessa on the close angle has Vigo to try and bait them into him.
Perfect nade. 49 HP remaining. Brought down under half by the HEs. Still plenty of HEs in the pockets of Astralis talent here. Immor, if they swing any further, they are going to see a lot. There's the flash. It's beautiful stuff, but Fessa still with the refrag. Waiting for that molly to expire. The head glitch not good enough from Xantares, but it's for second defender in Calyx, who will be noted. The bomb picked up all the way back towards the T-spawn. And Calyx here punishes Breezer, who was caught walking with molly in hand. You knew where Calyx was, so I'm surprised that Breezer wasn't going for a longer throw sort of over the rooftops and revealed themselves to that position. Still, if there's anyone who could try and clutch this, would be Fessa in their current form. Eternal Fire. They would love to get that reset here as they head over towards match point. It's an easy one for Calix. They are the Warlord of A. 4 rounds, or rather 4 kills in the round.
Another mistake by Astralis Talent and Eternal Fire. They just punish it. They sit back. They let Astralis Talent be the ones who make the mistakes. And with that, a timeout is called by Astralis Talent. I like the fact they're calling the timeout purely because it's kind of needed at this point. But is it enough, Harry? Is it enough? As Eternal Fire, open-handed Woxic, sure he's only on 12 kills, but it's the impact of those kills. He's really woken up these last spree of 5, and that's been what's doing the damage to Astralis Talent.
Astralis are yet again on another streak, though. This has been a game of streaks. It was 6 in a row for Eternal Fire, followed by what? 8?
Yeah.
9 for Astralis. And here we go again. The last half, admittedly, has been a little bit more pockmarked, with the occasional win for Astralis Talent. They managed to get their full buy versus the bonus anti-eco of Eternal Fire. But aside from that, it has been a little bit weaker. And of course, on the T side, you're more prone to making mistakes, which has been the modus operandi. It's all about punishment. And punishment is given in spades here, Mr. Enfessor. Strike back. 4 versus 3 now, Astralis Talent. Force the AWPer off the angle. And this will allow for Vigo to get themselves an upgrade. Rescuing what was once a absolutely marooned economy. Look at this. Alex is so far back. He is so deep right now. He is so deep right now that James Cameron is funding expeditions to Calix.
Astralis. They end up getting that bomb down. 3 on 3, Woxic. I don't know how good Norp is going to be in a retake like this, but it could very well be the missing piece of the enigma. As Calix looks to launch from short, Eternal Fire conglomerating on long.
This is must win for Astralis Talent. Smoking themselves off for a moment there. Mr. actually runs the molly. The bloom was too good. Now only 2 members remain. aTTaX is so low. That's not the spray they wanted. It's a perfect retake. Eternal Fire have made them look foolish. Unbelievable Crema match, or rather, map point for Eternal Fire.
Hell of a game from Eternal Fire here, but that is after Astralis Talent just drops the ball there. Why are they peeking in an afterthought like that? Why are they peeking? They had a perfect position and they were all dug in. It's just they went for the early kills before the player was able to push up through long, and they allowed Woxic to use the AWP on those close angles. 15-11. What could Astralis do from here?
Unbelievable. Another timeout. A 6-round streak. Once again, lying down to the bottom of the barrel. A smattering of utility. Head armor, and of course AKs. A trusty terrorist best friend. But you too can have a best friend in entertainment if you fancy getting a little bit more interactive with the real-time CS experience. Stream Cards, our stream extension partner, will allow you to try and predict what's going to happen in real time. Using a deck of cards to score points, you can play it by just mousing over the stream and hitting that big green illuminated play button.
Astralis Talent ready to launch their attack through Apeks here. Eternal Fire have looked so damn strong these last couple of rounds, and, well, for Astralis Talent, haven't shown any improvement or changes to these openings, as demonstrated.
Calix played so low, but they did manage to take out Breezer at least. Immortal around their back. Somewhat dropped the ball. And then they refrag. What about the second, though? Do they expect eXploud? No one expects eXploud! Unbelievable dominance with the M4. And aTTaX here sees Calix playing over by the graveyard. 2 versus 2 once more. But Woxic is still alive. Woxic is still a threat. And this might be how Eternal Fire claim their map. Claim nuke. And maybe claim a spot in the playoffs. Yet another plant had to be done. Now it's pit and sight. Mister. Oh, there's a lovely little gap to try and play with. The first is aTTaX. And now Woxic has had to swap over onto the AK. Utility throw. Oh my goodness, what an adjustment onto aTTaX, but still Mister keeps it alive. But it's still paycheck to paycheck for Astralis.
It is, but they finally break the streak of Eternal Fire. Now that they have, Harry, I'm putting you on the spot a bit. Is there a world where this goes to overtime?
I feel like there might be. This has been such a streaky game. Admittedly, Astralis talent, they don't have the best buy now. They've actually had to downgrade between rounds. So they're going to potentially be lacking a little bit of utility. Not the greatest weapons. A Dig only in the hands of Fessa. Vigor gets hit in the leg. Thank God for jump spots, eh?
Let's just go out. That's Flout. Shuts down Mister. There's the opening that Eternal Fire after, Harry. Could this be the start of the end?
There you go. Lovely stuff with the AK right there. A swap over Breezer.
Oh, these nades. Oh, these nades.
A cloud of meat is all that remains where a man once stood. As Fessa looks to see if anyone wants to boost on up. Smoke should soon dissipate. That's a beautiful flash. Unbelievable throwing arm from Woxic.
Oh,
that's a mad spray. But Xantares meets them all and meets them in the fire, striking on back and taking us to a third map.
Hell of a game from Eternal Fire there, and it really comes down to the utility usage, particularly in that final few rounds. Immortal stuff from them as they stay alive and force us to nuke.
Series returns. Here we are in the third and final map. We got ourselves a knife round here, of course, to decide who's going to be going to pick their side first. Wrap around here. A little bit of a flank from Calix. Going up against Vigo, managing to find themselves a 2 versus 1, heading them down the stairs. It's a big old bait, and Eternal Fire simply know better how to work the knives, and Tares with a knife 3k.
Harry, I won't lie to you. I think it's actually going to be a very close map.
Really?
Very close map. Yeah, because the last time we saw Astralis Talent play this map, it was when they beat Tricked. Time beforehand, they've been able to take some pretty good results, actually, getting a few rounds off at MOUZ NXT. They've even been able to beat MOUZ NXT if you go back far enough. So I am really liking how they look here. The only worry, of course, is Eternal Fire. They just happen to be nuts with some victories over a Vanguard, Copenhagen Flames, Sprout, if you go back far enough, into the Breach as well. The most recent one was the 16-6. Very happy with them.
They're going to be pretty pleased with this. Of course, Eternal Fire going to start off on the CT side. Kremer. We'll have to see how the odds shake out after this first round.
Early nades deployed on ramp and Clouds. In danger of being rushed here. Actually, I quite like how Astralis Talent faked this rush here. Actually turned their attention back to A.
The Dole Berettas only grab one from atop the hut. Zentares can't do too much here as Astralis Talent. Flood on in. 2 versus 2. The bomb has been dropped. And quite a wide crossfire can be established here from CTs. Someone said it's a dive down towards B.
One will go down. 2-on-2 now. Cloud does have a kit here, but the trade-off for that is that they just don't have that armor, which means that a dink from these Glocks can be damn scary. Same case with Breezer, but that flash could really be what makes or breaks this round. With both the Soda Fire members going through Secret, not being quiet about it. They've got one job and one job only, Harry. That's the kill.
Breezer hears him underneath. Sees her first. That is an unwieldy spray, but eventually manages to find X-Cloud afterwards. But it's Breezer who gets them both as well. Astralis Talent start off strong on their T side.
1-0 the scoreline. And for Astralis Talent, this is where maybe they make their statement to Eternal Fire that Inferno was just a shot in the dark. Really looking forward, actually, to seeing how buy rounds pan out, purely because the duel between Breezer and Woxic has been a fairly close one. Woxic definitely had the upper hand on Inferno, but it was, for me, Breezer who took the cake over on Vertigo.
aTTaX.
Oh, what a flash from Breezer as well.
Through them. Breezer set them up for success, and success was indeed claimed, Kremer. A force here from Eternal Fire. Might force them to save, and indeed it is for Scout. And I think the MP9 over here, which are just going to be having a little bit of a cuddle towards the back.
Through the vent here. X-Cloud. Just trying to catch him out. Unable to do so, unfortunately. He rolled the dice that it'll be a hit. That'll be a hunt over in B. Fortunately, there isn't. Astralis Talent don't seem to care about the saved weapons purely because they have enough. They have a good enough buy to match full buys from Eternal Fire. So whether it be a buy, whether it be an eco, doesn't matter. They have the equipment for it.
As our odds from our partners over at Pinnacle come on up. Remember, temp.gg/winter and the code winter22 at sign up to let them know that we sent you. At the moment, Eternal Fire are a little bit favored. They did win the knife round and decided to go to CT first. We, of course, expect the anti-eco to go the way of Astralis Talent. And now Eternal Fire likely to win this one as well, but that 4th round is going to be the most important, Kremer.
Molly deployed. Aggression landed Zentares. Go straight into vents, worried about the vent dive, and it's quite a nice position for an MP9, that kind of point blank will shut down anything from an AK to a MAC-10. For Astralis Talent, actually really changing the pace here from 2 very fast pistol rounds and anti-ecos now to a very slow, methodical take on almost Fate on outside.
Triple smoke. It's only going to be passed by Facesaw, but still Zentares They played it from secret. And they won out easily with their own SMG. Immortal round the back. The pistol is punished and slain. As Mr. grabs the pair here with the Galil. Deagle up the top. Do you want to try your luck, son? The scout itself is going to be backing off. I think Woxic has yet to see any action. Oh, hello. This is a risky maintenance, but still, it is going to be done.
Woxic, 1v4 here. Trying to... I mean, exits here would be nice. Mr. and Breeze are already fairly low. I doubt they're going to be peeking him. But you never know. Maybe attempt of fate to Breezer. He is punished for it there.
You'd peak that with how much HP? IDK, man. Still Astralis talent 3-0. Not too much to complain about. Breezer, of course, might have been hoping to die. Now they can bring out the EWP. On the other side, this is the round that Eternal Fire fans have been waiting for. Finally, M4s in hand.
3-0 now. Eternal Fire, they move into a full buy, sure, but without head armor. This MP9 that has a Mister is going to be bloody scary. Luckily, Woxic able to get an early AWP out. Means we're going to see an early duel against Breezer, with Astralis talent going for a very fast pace around.
Oh, brilliant response here from Eternal Fire. Taking down 2 members early in Astralis talent. How do they set Breezer up for success here? At the moment, trying to control outside. Of course, they will be going up against Antares, who's staring across the courtyard from possibly from a slightly elevated position.
Breezer setting from red here. Let's catch out one of these players. Antares, not quite dueling him yet, though. Emor will be the one tested. Astralis talent already 2 players down. This next kill will probably decide the rounds. That's Woxic to deliver.
An upgrade from a scout to the AWP. Well received and well given. Antares was looking to peel, but aTTaX simply hit the shot first, and now aTTaX is probably going to be in a position where essentially this is going to be tower defense, Kramer. Trying to defend their position for 40 seconds.
Quite a bold.
Will they be playing it Simo Hayek style, though?
As long as it's not the French style, I'm okay with it.
No comment.
Yeah, my lawyers allows me to plead the 5th for this because it may incriminate me. aTTaX. He'll hold the push, sure. Luckily for him, Eternal Fire they don't really have the cash to hunt him. So that AWP is going to be moved into the next round. And something that has surprised me, actually, is Eternal Fire. We haven't seen either side go for a double AWP setup this series. And while Woxic is a very talented AWPer, eXFloud can be a very good AWPer as well. So I would love to see what his experience will be with it over on, well, at least over on Nuke, where CT side double AWP setups are very common.
Yeah, I haven't seen a huge amount of the eXFloud AWP before, but can't me excited. Only body armor for 2 members here of the Eternal Fire defense. Another buy has been afforded by Astralis talent, thanks to their 3-round streak. But they are nearing the bottom of the barrel here, Kramer.
Aggression once again coming. It's aTTaX to open up the best. She's so aggressive chasing Calyx there. Astralis talent, a man up, sure, but what do Eternal Fire do for the retake?
Oh, lovely.
From Woxic.
The adjustment upwards is strong. Now 3 versus 2, Astralis talent. They're looking to get rid of this AWP as soon as possible because Woxic is dangerous. And they may well be escorted out of the building here. eXFloud's going to play rear guard to allow for an even safer save. Just making sure that anyone who heads towards Woxic is likely to be checked.
On this angle, he's got to be so careful here. That's fair sort. Just making sure that no one's going for the ninja. We'll back off in time. Astralis talent, they go 4-1 up, and for Eternal Fire, maybe a
maybe a moment of hesitation. Remember, when we look at percentages, both of these teams have a huge dependency on their CT side.
That doesn't bode well. The odds are about even now for our partners over at Pinnacle. Tab.gg/winter and code winter22 at sign-up. Those are almost exactly equal. No matter which team you're a fan of, Pinnacle says you've got a pretty good chance of walking away with a fat smile on your face.
I've got a smile on my face, Harry, and it's thanks to Pinnacle. I don't know if I have any further elaboration than that, but I'm smiling because of Pinnacle. Astralis talent. Breezer's taking a lot of early damage from the utility there, but it has allowed Fester to go for a fairly fast secret rotation. Now, there's already Woxic by ramp, so his quick kind of glance down to B could definitely work out, but as his legs down, this flank of Fester could really catch him off guard.
Woxic. Sends out the flash. No one does challenge it too much afterwards. However, there's the jump spot. Oh my god. Was that a body shot through a wall? aTTaX survives with 2 HP. Not finished by the HE, but missed to take some damage.
Calyx, only a 5-7 to wield here. The least armored player of Eternal Fire may be the one who gets tested with the attack of Astralis talent.
Well, to be fair, that's the player you want gathering the info, right?
Yep.
Less of a risk, Calyx. Bunch of damage given from the HE and the finish. Unfortunately, they only got to see one player. A blind there onto one of the players who's playing in A. Now xFloud gonna give Vigo a little bit of a look. Take some damage. And Fessa from within control. Immor did not know that was under the T control. And once again, Woxic has been sent away to save. Out of 5 rounds, it feels like they've saved 4 times.
It's a tough position to be in here. Aggression. Being teased. It's Woxic. Just going to back off, accompanied by xFloud. I mean, they have weapons to wield, sure, but this is not a great spot to be in, Harry, at all, if you're Eternal Fire. With such dependencies on your CT side, Eternal Fire, they need things to start going their way, and soon.
Need to turn this around. Need to find the secret source. Mister begins to move on in. Is there a flash available? No. Or is it HE? In the hands of Fessa. Woxic confirmed. Damage done. However, you just keep feeding on over. He will keep taking you. He does not mind. Woxic buffs up those kill stats a bit, but still. It's always going to come down to the rounds, Kramer.
Absolutely right, and I think if you are on Astralis talent, they will bin off members time and time again if it means being able to continue getting rounds consistently. And I mean, their money, it's not immortal, but it's certainly good, and they're in a position now where Astralis talent just won't be able to. They're buying next round regardless. Eternal Fire, they need a spree of rounds if they want any hope of getting Astralis talent under control.
Fessa wrapping around after Woxic. That's a beautiful blind, but it was just as effective. Fessa taken out by Vigo. Oh, no! Communication has broken down. A friendly nade. But they won't be friends after this.
Peeks up, sees him coming. Has to deploy that molly as he gets the hell out of there.
Ooh.
And it's Antares to trade. Eternal Fire, they seem to have found their rhythm, Harry. Which is big problems if you're on Astralis talent, that's for sure.
Repeakin's a locker here, but it's Woxic who's doing it, and that's Woxic once again.
What an angle!
Taken down by xFloud. Just missed the timing. One player spotted in control. What a spray transfer from Vigo, but still they won't survive. And now Breezer, all alone. It's good Bloom on the molly. Has the bomb in hand. But remember, Astralis talent, they kind of, they're not in an economically great position because in the last round they hunted Woxic so hard they lost out on 2 or 3 players.
I like the Breezer here. Emor, he's read it so well. What a smart play from Emor. Eternal Fire, they make it their second as Astralis talent.
look to strike back in just a moment. Over for Pinnacle, remember, with the best CSGO odds with low margins and high limits, you can win more at teb.gg/live odds or teb.gg/winter. Both of them are links that work, and both of them lead to Pinnacle. The wonderful people who have made it all happen. Remember to sign up with the code winter22 for a few extra goodies.
All the good stuff coming at you live. So we've got things that are going to be coming at you. Potentially a new set of peripherals with 10% off. Our partners over at Extrafire having a wonderful deal for all of our Pinnacle Winter Series watchers. 10% off any of their wonderful peripherals like the M4 wireless mouse and the H1 headset by going to teb.gg/Extrafire and putting code WINTER10 in at checkout.
Astralis talent with a buy of some form. There's no AWP, there's no AK on Vigo or Mister, but there's utility to work with. Eternal Fire just one away from shutting them down. The question is, can they? With Zantares, he sees the outside smokes. Is there a gap in it, though, is my real concern here.
Oh yeah, Zantares can see some feeties. He's coming for them feats, and I ain't talking about an OnlyFans. So much damage done off that nade. Multiple players of Astralis talent knocked to low. Question is, do they peak this dry? Woxic has changed up their direction in order to try and catch someone by surprise, but Breezer, the knife? The knife? One. They missed Woxic! Woxic's walked past! Oh no! What's happened here? It's all gone wrong! Woxic has got 3!
What?
No bloody way!
He's handed that to Woxic.
Oh, easy Breezer.
Woxic goes for 4.
The ace is denied, but at what
Astralis
cost?
talent. What was that?
Oh. Man.
What was that?
Just call them
My
call
God,
them
man.
Astral's talent because they have no eyes.
That was I don't even know how to describe that. That was right. I mean, Astralis talent deserved to lose that round. Eternal Fire, they just punished him beautifully. The also partners of Pinnacle aptly swing in favor of Eternal Fire, and with a with an eco now, or pistols and armor from Astralis talent, that hard-earned lead is slowly being mitigated.
It is very slowly being mitigated, Kremer. Eternal Fire have finally woken up on their CT side, just as Astralis talent conveniently fell asleep. And now it is the upgraded pistols. It is. Like, in our promotion match, we want to see the cool plays. We don't want to see the room temperature IQs. Emor up close and personal. He's barrel stuff in ref, and that's the bomb now in a very hard position. Mister on the ladder like, what do I do?
This is not getting out of this position unless a teammate comes to help him. Luckily, Breezer may try just that. As he's tagged down so low, Mister may just have to accept his fate at this point.
You might have to just accept death, mate. Happens to the best of us. Emor is watching. Waiting. And even more commiserating here. Ball Mister. They spotted Emor but did not take the shot.
I mean, your inaccuracy is so bad on the ladder. I think he was hoping to maybe sneak around them, but Emor, he's better than that. Mister.
Who's coming to play? Who's got an HE?
He's accepted. This is the end. There's no HEs, but there are Molotovs. Is he even worth the expenditure of a Molotov? No, he's not. Eternal Fire, they make it full.
He's not even worth the flames we'd put him in. Incendiaries are saved. That's a pretty good skin for under $1.
It's quite a nice skin, actually.
Uncharted.
What do you think? What do you think of skins in real life, like as a premise?
I don't know. I've never interacted with a gun, let alone a skinned one.
I mean, like, how do they look? Like, you see people who have like gold AKs and stuff. Like,
Oh, I think gold AKs are corny as hell.
yeah, they're really corny. I really hate skins in real life.
Like if you really want to look like a gaudy warlord.
Yeah.
You go for that gold AK, dude.
You take that gold-plated Desert Eagle.
If you think that Saddam Hussein was a pretty cool dude, you go for that gold AK.
I mean, public opinion of him was that he was a cool dude until he wasn't. Right?
No.
Because he didn't start as a...
That's like saying that public opinion of Stalin was that he was a cool dude.
Well, it was until he started doing bad things.
He started doing bad things from the start. That's how they got into power.
Yeah, but didn't everyone do that?
You wonder why politicians are unpopular, Kramer?
Yeah, why's that? That's because they killed the competitors. Like...
Mostly bad people.
Yeah. It's hard to tell you who is a cool politician. The Ukrainian Prime Minister. That dude's awesome.
And big up Zelensky.
Yeah, Zelensky he's about as cool as presidents get. Oh,
hello. Leg scene. Never mind. Woxic takes down Vigo. He's having a great game on the AWP. Absolute monster.
It took Woxic a while to warm to this series. He had a very slow start. But here's the thing. Volcanoes have a slow start. But once they erupt, good luck stopping them. Well, we had the tremors.
There are seismologists out there who are
sweating profusely right now.
Must correct Kremer.
What's it called that measures the volcanic activity?
A seismometer.
Is there? What's the handheld one called?
What, a camera?
Yeah, it looks pretty bad.
Yeah, that's definitely lava.
Oh, it's a seismograph. That's it. I knew it was something. Right. You make me doubt myself.
I haven't heard of a handheld seismograph.
There's one that there's one that scientists use that. They literally just hold on to it. They plug it in the ground.
Oh, so they hold it while it's in the ground?
Yeah, it's like a wee diddy thing. It looks like the jump leads that you have for a car that just stick in the earth.
Another eco here for Astralis.
Yeah.
Fine, we'll talk about CS if it matters that much.
The audience will get angry with us again. Actually, it's in emote only mode. They can't. So. What I thought was quite interesting, actually, we did a public poll. I said, yes to the chat if you want to be in emote only mode, no if you don't, and everyone said yes. Like everyone said yes.
Oh,
so
it's one with a double. Xantares locks it down even further. Only Fessa remains.
Oh, hello.
Oh, you spicy boy.
Fessa has these like random rounds where he's just nuts, but it's only when everyone's dead.
All right, match odds looking pretty much in favor of Eternal Fire. Now they managed to string together 5 rounds in a row, Kremer.
Look at these 2 shots here. That's nasty. There's a world where he wins that, particularly if he kills the Heaven player as well, because he now has an AK to save. It's trying to stand on the full buy though, Harry, and with E-Ball, it's that 8 stack.
There you go. Destroyed by a combination of HE and flames. And that might be a recoverable AK for someone as well later on in the round. Emor. Aggressive here. They are going to have to deal with aTTaX. But they might be able to find a timing here. Indeed they will. Easy clap for Eternal Fire. Astralis talent. They are staying afloat at least on their T side. And that's all they really need to do. Stay afloat. Keep it winnable.
Yeah, 5 rounds isn't awful actually. It's very recoverable. And for Eternal Fire, honestly, 10 rounds for them, so they'll be pretty happy with. This is what I would argue is the nuke norm at the moment. Kind of 10 5s, 9 6s, maybe even 11 4s if you're really looking at favoritism in kind of CT sides. And while both these teams have displayed a preference, it's not quite favoritism.
Mr. hasn't really had a good flank since that one in vents where they should have been able to get two. But they just grabbed the one and missed Voxic on their disengagement.
Yeah, Mr. sort of revealed himself to be the lurker, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's kind of a stealth specialist, you know. He's got the rogue build. He started up Skyrim and spent like 17 hours stealthing around that bear in the cave to get stealth 100 before he exits the tutorial area.
He pickpocks every single Kashidi he beats.
Ooh, cheeky stuff there from Fessa. Wallbang headshot into Xantares. A little bit of a tilter. IGL is down, but hey, they can lead from the spirit realm.
Man advantage for Astralis talent here. Hoping to keep him at least at arm's length for the time being. We've seen how many times Astralis talent have had a man advantage, but they've just handed away to Emor having or Woxic having some solid rounds here. Minutes to toy with as the mollies land. Calyx ducks in. That smoke may have bought Eternal Fire some time, at least for this cycle of an execution.
Moving over towards the ramp as well. Does keep a couple players down in B, but it's actually a rollover onto A. Calyx just continues spraying. They share out the bullets and two will fall mortally. Spray transfer from xCloud is strong, and suddenly what was a 4 versus 5 has collapsed into a 2 versus 1. Woxic on one side, xCloud on the other. Damage taken, but aTTaX here has been revealed. Woxic swaps to the USP and simply stuffs it up in aTTaX's face. I'll take that, thank you, mate. And Eternal Fire have now guaranteed themselves a half win here.
Eternal Fire, that's another round where they go a man down, then win anyway, just on pure momentum. And for Astralis talent, it's another cycle of pistols and armor, Harry. Not a great position to be in at all, and honestly, I'm quite liking how Eternal Fire are looking right now.
Looking pretty strong. Certainly have woken up here. And statistically, they were pretty favored going into this. From above, Emor, the avenging Icarus of Turkey, claims 2 lives.
Would you like to know about a cool gun? Well, while we are in an eco, would you like to know a cool one, Harry?
Sure, let me know about the cool guns.
This is called the, I believe it's the MBA Gyrojets. That's the MBA. The MBA Gyrojet. And would you like to guess what's unique about this pistol?
Does it fire basketballs?
It fires something that isn't a bullet. It fires rockets.
What?
And so the way the propulsion works is if you get hit by it at point blank, it hurts, but it won't kill you. You get hit by it 20 feet away, and you're obliterated because the rocket gets a chance to gain velocity. And so that's why that's a really cool gun. And they're really rare, and they're kind of useless, and they're never ever going to be put in mainline production. But it's pretty cool.
Pretty solid. Eternal Fire. Their CT defense here. Also solid. 4 smokes used over on the hard at the moment for Astralis talent. They're all walking ahead of them, which means that Xantares can easily take these duels. It's for second Pika who takes them, though. Elsewhere, Calyx domineers over A, and Vigo wraps around the back.
Calyx, I'm going to spot out Breezer. Can't do so just yet, as Woxic on the flank reveals himself. But for Breezer, a 1v4, it's unlikely. Eternal Fire, they go 10-5 up at the end of the half, revealing themselves to be a dominant force on their CT side once they were established. Remember, at Pinnacle with the best CSGO odds with low margins and high limits, you can win more at temp.gg/live odds or temp.gg/winter, both of which work. Both of them send you to Pinnacle. The guys who right now are making Tier 2 CS stand up and look just as good as it's ever been. It's only ever gamble if you're over the age of 18 and do so in a fun and safe environment.
Also, check out some of our other partners. World of Esports, if you like fantasy, they are our official fantasy partner here at the Pinnacle Winter Series. We have integration so that if you want to set up your fantasy team with players from the Pinnacle Winter Series number 3, you absolutely can. And of course, we have stream cards as well. If you want to predict what's happening in real time with a deck of cards and earn points, mouse over the stream and hit that illuminated green play button. And you can play it single player as well. You don't have to compete. You can just get straight into the action.
You can. It's just around us everything. If Astralis Talent lose this, they're in a tough old position. There you go. Trying to shot a beacon outside. Fessel and Ramp inviting Eternal Fire to take this duel. Woxic, P250 in hand, has already managed to get to Secret, which is one of the prongs of this flank established.
Backing off for a moment. Down into Secret goes Woxic, taking a little bit of time. Two P250s here for both Woxic and Xantares. Mister's noted here. And it's for Crossfire, a triple fire even. Doing so much damage. One behind vents, one over in mini, one playing from sight. And no victory on the cards here for Eternal Fire.
Woxic falls. Astralis Talent, that'll be 6. And for Eternal Fire now, with, well, will have to be a full spy ahead. Astralis Talent, Harry, they make it look like this is going to be a fairly close game. I had an inkling it would be. I didn't know it would be this close.
Astralis Talent, do we know if they prefer their CT side?
Yes, both teams categorically prefer the CT side by quite a distance.
Okay. Let's see if that is going to be what defines this. Oh. Just a touch of damage. A splattering of blood. And 4 HP. It is but a flesh wound, Crammer from that HE. As Woxic is looking to punish anyone who over peeks into this. Vigo gives it a look, sends out the HE themselves. A flash into reload combo. Very spicy.
There you go. Has to keep him back for now. It's going to be a close play to the smoke here, and that could actually really both work and not work for the SMG. He's either going to get all of them or they're going to burst through and he's going to get instantly killed with no in between. aTTaX, the shoulder peak, peeking to ramp it. Worrying about the wrong angle as Eternal Fire have been able to go for a huge flank here without Astralis Talent really noticing what's coming.
Oh, from underneath!
No.
Eternal Fire! They are the Underminer from Incredibles. And Fessa, they need to try and find a way to stop this. Woxic has been caught. Fessa will be able to instantly decimate Xantares. Recloses the door. Bomb going to be planted at least, so that's additional money. But the looted M4 in the hands of Emor is absolutely decimated. Fessa, they've run out of bullets though! The magazine was your enemy! And Vigo comes in like Vogue. I am the magazine that slays. Squeak on the door. A revealed CT. Half the time gone already. xCloud strong with the digs. Now it's time for losing Eternal Fire on their force. Decimate Astralis Talent.
What a round. What a round. And, well, with that, we're going to be seeing a hell of a performance coming in now from Eternal Fire. There's a chance for Astralis Talent to come back. They needed that last round, though, and, well, Eternal Fire, they've decided otherwise.
Heading out now. Fresh round. Fresh players. Unfortunately, a fresh eco for Astralis Talent. Couple upgraded pistols. This is really where Calyx can start to get something done. However, they are going up against head armor. This is a big buy down to the bottom here from Astralis Talent, so they're hoping to do a good amount of damage, and already taking down Emor is a great place to start. Desperate for that looted rifle. aTTaX, if they can take down Woxic here, it would be huge. Fessa with the looted M4 has brought this down to a 2 versus 2. One eco round deserves another, Kramer.
2-on-2 Fessel has to be so damn careful here. The only man with a premium weapon, the only man really who's got money in the bank. And even then, it's not much. Brazier with a Mac 10 to try and wield against Eternal Fire here. And unfortunately, neither player is going to be in position for this B-site plants. And if Eternal Fire can get this bomb down quickly, they could really drain a lot of the time before Astralis Talent can even hope to take a duel.
Woxic creeping on up. Checking everything they can. Will they expect the double doors? They swing on open. Fessa slain as they stop the bomb plant. But now a fresh... There it is. Oh, Breezer survives. No! How does he win that with the pistol? Unbelievable. 11-7. Oh, my.
How has that happened? 11-7 now.
Oh, God.
Remember, with that code in the chat or in the lower third, you guys can get yourself €2 with your first purchase over at Skin Baron. Let's try the talent. Now make it 7. Keeping this game close, Harry. Dare I say it? Maybe even making a comeback.
One can dream, Kramer. One can dream. Calyx mollied off for now. Zentaris goes high. And now it's Eternal Fire's turn to get a weird eco. Because, hey, guns don't matter in this game.
They absolutely don't. Calyx rotating through mid, or through outside even. Big Up has been seen, tagged a little bit, but he only has a confirmation of 2 players on outside. Doesn't know where the rest are, and for Astralis talent, that may mean they can't justify his bigger rotation. Vessel just tries to back off. Ebor harasses him there and tries to harangues him to death.
No, really?
What a flash as well.
Breezer down.
Also caught out.
Kremer, if Eternal Fire win this round, since the pistol rounds, no team with an economic advantage has won a round. Just don't buy weapons. The force up.
That's all you need.
The force up from Eternal Fire defeated the anti-eco of Astralis. Astralis' eco defeated the full buy of Eternal Fire. And now the pistol upgrade of Eternal Fire has defeated Astralis. What is economy? What do weapons mean?
What is life? What is meaning? Pinnacle. Remember, with the best CSGO odds, with low margins and high limits, you can go win more at tab.gg/winter or tab.gg/live odds. Sign up using code winter22 to go give them the love that you so desperately deserve. And here's the thing, with Winter22, you also get some extra goodies here. For Breezer, I don't know what he's doing peeking while fully blinded like that.
That was a lovely shot there. Have a quick look at the stats. Woxit currently at 19 kills. Of course, on the CT side, they were able to very much exploit that AWP. Now it's for looted M4, which is going to be their best friend. Can Eternal Fire continue this momentum forwards now as we enter round 20?
Deals outside. Vessel caught out by Woxic.
2 of these Deagles have head armor, 2 do not.
I can't help but think that glass cannon Deagles just don't really have the they don't set the heart of fire, Harry. I'd rather see a full buy accompanying Deagles.
Is the aim punch a real problem with a Deagle?
I mean, the aim punch is a big problem with anyone without armor, and
yeah.
Deagle, you need that accuracy.
Oh, hello. Speaking of accuracy, none of it right there for Breezer.
Yeah.
aTTaX, though. Maybe a different... Never mind. Oh, the drop down into the headshot. I was like, oh, this guy's on a mad one right now. Never mind. Eternal Fire hit 13, and they are, Kremer, so close to managing their place in our playoffs right now. Set 19, almost 20-1.
So you're saying there's a chance?
Well, Pinnacle do. Sign up using code winter22.
These guys at Pinnacle are awesome, Harry. You know, the first ever bit of feedback I got was from Pinnacle. Like, actually, Pinnacle themselves. Not any other caster, not the producer. Like, actually Pinnacle.
Oh, they've never given me any feedback.
Just because you don't need it, you're perfect, baby.
Aw, thank you. And also, perfect here might well be the Eternal Fire round. It's flawless, Kremer. Absolutely flawless. 14. And now Astralis talent, yes, they will be able to buy. But once again, it's bottom of the barrel economy. They've got to do something here to stop the momentum, stop the streak, stop the raiding in their reserves. Almost 10k, almost quintuple digits on xFloud.
40-7. Astralis talent. If this fails, They may very well be out of the series. Look at their money, Harry. May take you. You may have to squint a little bit before you realise it's a trick question. There isn't any money to look at. They really need this round, and if they don't, I'd argue the series is over.
Look at how many zeros they've got in their bank account, but not
It's
in
like
a good
us.
way. aTTaX lying in wait. Has to be able to grab something here. Just dives down. Calyx being the first to fall. This is what Astralis talent need to get rid of someone like Calyx, who's 19 and 12 at the moment. aTTaX
Harry,
waits.
how many rounds have Astralis talent had a man advantage, then gone on to lose the game?
Too many, Grammar. Too many.
Way too many. Centaurus. I'll ramp here hoping for timing on aTTaX. Did you see him? Well, he has now.
Oh my goodness. Eternal Fire turning off air reactions for this one. Fessa takes 3 separate sprays, but still this could be flawless here for Astralis talent. Immor, 1, 2. Surely no more than this.
The twitchiness on his aim is
7
amazing.
bullets remain. They are going to be forced to reload shortly. USP in their back pocket. And it's Mister who eventually grabs that. Oh my. Okay, not done yet. Astralis talent, still a touch of life within them.
Yes, there's life, but for how long? For how long, Harry? As this side has been struggling a little bit. Now, so the highlight with Evil, by the way, is Evil has been incredible. Like, he sort of formed in Royal Bandits. Guess how old he was when he started playing pro?
How old, Grammar?
He just turned 17. Just
Oh
turned 17
my
when he
goodness.
started playing professionally. Like, this guy is good. And well, for Calyx, one of the more experienced players, also looking to be pretty damn good.
Mister. Playing up in heaven now. Elsewhere, it's a wide diaspora. Oh, Fessa, clean playing in the underground there, staring over towards Secret. Voxic takes some damage. There they double down for a duel.
And now, Util being planned here. Saltest has to be so damn passive.
That glass looks so weird when it's smoked, man.
Yeah.
Fully opaque glass.
How do you like grey? Altez. I think he knows he's being flanked here. He's got to be so damn careful.
Weird positioning as well.
the timing.
Xcloud gets the drop on the Mister. Expects this heaven presence. Still unnerved. Centaurus and Xcloud both up there. The X-Twins lie in wait on the head glitch. Immor levels the pressure. Oh, Mister gave up the angle. And it meant that Breezer was absolutely open to be killed. And now Fessa, the only one remaining, doesn't expect that behind them there might well be a knife. Wait, what happened to a player who's behind them? Centaurus allowed Xcloud to die.
It's toying with him there, isn't he?
Betrayal.
Hell of a game. Just like that, we're going to be seeing a difficult old spot to beat if you are one of the members of Astralis talent. 87-1 the score line, the odds over at Pinnacle. 15-8 our score line. With no money on Astralis talent either.
Unbelievable. Eternal Fire now on their match point. Trying to consign Astralis talent to have to fight for survival tomorrow in the gladiatorial arena. There you go. Trying for the 1-digs. The penetration is good, but the frags simply are not there. The damage. As Calyx plays up high, hoping that Breezer might make some weird moves. And actually, the adjustment upwards there is fairly strong. Breezer manages to grab themselves an AK, and Woxic was just staring down the stairwell. Now it's 3 versus 1. This has got to be it, and it is. Eternal Fire, put it to bed, Kramer.
It's messy, it's laboured, and it certainly isn't as clean as I think you and me would expect. But nonetheless, they are able to find that victory. A solid game from both teams. And honestly, I was pleasantly surprised by Astralis talent.
Yeah, they put up a pretty good fight. I think that they are definitely a team that can still make it into our playoffs tomorrow. They still have a match to play. I'm not sure who they are up against at the moment in what will be, I believe, our 2-2 bracket. So it's going to be very few matches, but all of them are going to be intense.
You're absolutely right. Of course, that is all me and Harry have for you today. However, you will have some more games up ahead, I believe. Those will be casted by two casters who are probably way better than us. But with that, we're going to find one of our next teams to progress to that 2-on-1 stage. Or actually going through to playoffs. Biggest out of fire.
Xtrfy, and they have sent us a box of goodies all the way from Sweden here to South Africa, across the world, and what a massive bunch of champions they are. Spoiler alert, unfortunately, I'm like a kid before Christmas. Like, I'm always shaking the box, I'm always trying to get any clue that I can to know what's inside, so I couldn't really contain myself, but I am here now to share these things with you, and let's jump straight in. So, first up, we have the beautiful 10 keyless K4 RGB Xtrfy keyboard, an absolute beaut of a keyboard. I love the 10 keyless as well. I'm a fiend when it comes to LAN. I've got my arm all the way out, so a nightmare to play with. So to have the smaller keyboard, I think is certainly going to be making all the people I play with a lot happier. It's also got the red mechanical switches, which my neighbors prefer. Everybody knows red is the best mechanical switches, and so it's equipped with the best, as you would expect from Xtrfy. There we go, get a look at the keyboard. Just we'll pop that down over here. Alright, up next in the box of tricks, we do have the Xtrfy GP4 mouse pad with some incredible designs. I love it when we see some creative freedom coming through with these peripherals as well, and I mean a mouse pad's a perfect place to do it because it's almost just a perfect canvas, and here we go. Stitched edges with the rubber base, or should I say the non-slip rubber base. Remember, all of this amazing gear from Xtrfy you can get in on as well from the Xtrfy store. Upside down. Get it from the Xtrfy store at xtrfy.com. If you use the code WINTER10, you can get a 10% discount on any of the stuff they have in the store. So be sure to get in on that. Okay, that's not going to stay there. Now, the part that gets me the most excited as the commentator is this phenomenal pair of Xtrfy H1 Pro Gaming headphones. Oh my god, what a set of beautiful headphones these are. That packaging just gives you that feeling, that gorgeous feeling of quality. And that's what you want when you buy yourself something, you know, you invest in some quality products and feel like you get that quality in turn. So here we go. It is the H1 headphones with the onboard USB sound card as well. And they are incredibly comfortable. I can confirm, put them on, and they are just, they fit like a beautiful pair of gloves. So I think I'm going to keep that around my neck for now. It does come with the extended cable as well, just to make sure that you don't get caught up. And then, as I said, there are the 2 different microphones. If I did say, I might not have, but as a commentator, this is wonderful. You get 2 different microphones that you can choose between. So great headset coming through from Xtrfy, the H1 Pro gaming headset. Put that over there. And then we still have 2 goodies left chat in the box. The last but not, or one of the penultimate item, shall I say, is the Xtrfy M4 mouse. It is a wireless gaming mouse. Of course, they got the GG button there because it's a good game. They just beat everybody Xtrfy in the business. They're the best. Fantastic mouse. Weighs 72 grams. Ridiculously light. Doesn't even feel like, I mean, this isn't going to do anything for me. 72 grams. It's also got up to 75 hours worth of battery life. So yeah, incredible from Xtrfy. Just pushing the envelope when it comes to peripherals, as we always expect out of them. So there we go. Last but not least, to make sure when I'm charging my brand new wireless mouse, I don't get caught up when I'm flicking, fragging, doing all the damage. I now have the wonderful Xtrfy B4 mouse bungee, and with the silicone arm as well to ensure that you've got maximum maneuverability. And it's also got that non-stick rubber base, non-slip rubber base, should I say. So there we go, Xtrfy. Thank you so much for all the wonderful gear. You guys can get in on this amazing gear as well. If you head to xtrfy.com, use the code WINTER10, you'll get that 10% discount. And remember, to support the event that they are running, the wonderful partners of the Pinnacle Winter Series, head over to twitch.tv/CCT_EN, and you can get in on all the action. From myself, Hayes, I'll catch you guys next time.